Black Oni.
You're now listening to the Black Oni Podcast.
There we go.
Take two. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Take two.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're good. This feels good. This feels great. Hello, everyone. Before we do anything with the stream, with the show that we got for you today, I just want to make sure in chat, is audio good? Can you hear everyone okay? Are we right where we need to be?
I can hear you, Oni.
Hey, I like it. Perfect.
Testing audio.
Testing audio. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, audio's good. Hell yeah. So, welcome to the Black Oni Podcast, episode 85, almost up to 100. We took a long break from podcasting for a while, but we're back in the swing of things, and we're doing it pretty much every other week. So I'm pretty excited about getting back to doing that. But enough about me. Let's talk about our other amazing guests that we have on the show. So we're gonna start things off with the person directly to my right. Oh, that's right. That's the right over there. Which is
it's you, Ivan.
Ivan. IR528. So, please let the folks at home know who you are, what it is you do, and where they can find more of you.
I am Ivan, aka IR528, aka Mr. Worldwide 305. And I am your variety streamer. I still use that because I'm everywhere. I try to do everything, and most importantly, I try to share my passion for gaming, but also other things such as wrestling. And I bring to you
wrestling
content
fan.
You will see blow up. WCA World Championship Alliance CEO right here. How you doing? How you be?
So before we talk about our other guests, make sure you two connect about that specifically, because we're going to talk more about that soon enough.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, surprise.
Next person that we have who is directly below me is Pro Quesadilla.
Hi. It's me. Oh hey man, how you
I
doing?
feel like I'm on the Brady
What's up?
Bunch thing, right?
You know. Hey, wait, I'm on the wrong side. I'm looking the wrong way. It's that way. Okay, hey, how you doing, Ivan? What's up? Hi.
Hey,
Hi
good.
everyone.
It's your
You
turn,
know?
though.
It's my turn? Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Pro Quesadilla. Live streamer, esports commentator, game dev. I do a lot of stuff. I do way too many things in video games and in the gaming world, but I play a lot of stuff. I've been playing too much stuff. My mom says I'm addicted, but I'm not. I swear. I can stop anytime I want. I swear.
Yeah, you good?
Famous last words.
But no, all seriousness, I just love video games. Video games have been my passion ever since I was a child, and I just want to be more into the gaming community, and I want to share my knowledge with the world, and to bring more joy into video games and bring everybody into a peaceful gaming world.
Yeah.
And I hope you have fun. And welcome to the podcast. Woo!
Yeah, I love it. And next we have, last but not least, for those of y'all who have watched the podcast for a number of years at this point, you'll recognize our homie here, Itsyoru.
Hello, welcome, buenos dias a todos. Thank you so much for having me back here. It's been amazing, man, to see your growth, and I'm finally back.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have you back.
Seriously, same. I'm really happy to be back.
I know everybody in chat was now like, oh my god, he speaks Spanish?
Yeah, the panties have dropped.
That's the real twist. Just whoop.
The panties are gone. They have disappeared. We don't need those no more.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
We got everything you need right here.
That's right.
Everything you need.
I mean, you're not.
But yeah, once again, for those of y'all who don't know, Chris has been with the podcast for a long time, and he works weekends a lot, so that's why he wasn't able to join us for a lot of the times that we wanted to bring him on, because we do it during the weekend. So amid all the coronavirus issues going on right now, it's been a little bit easier to coordinate having certain folks around. So that's, I guess, the silver lining of this horrible situation that we're in right now.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
But with that said, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who is here right now in the chat. We do these podcasts live for those of y'all who are listening on iTunes or Spotify, whatever it is. So shout out to Nioh Princess Inkling, Tony Fury Gaming, Toastman, Creative Mind 9, Gilmer, Infamous, Icky Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Hold on. We got more people. Sergeant Punk, Ren Ryujin. I'm sure I'm missing people. I'm like 90% sure I'm missing someone. So if I haven't said your name, yo, Leafy. If I haven't said your name and you are talking, please speak up, and I will give you your shout out. So this is the best way to get your shout out, is to just join the podcast and say hello. Nightmare Gorilla.
Bro, that's such a sick ass name.
Right?
I am the gorilla from your nightmare. It's like, yep, definitely are.
I mean, that sounds terrifying.
My old school friends in Call of Duty were all like a different gorilla. There was blue gorilla, red gorilla, this gorilla, that gorilla. Platano, if he's here, he could tell you. But like, I thought that was one of my friends right there. I was like, wait, what? Who's here?
He's like the culmination of all the gorillas. It's just like, he's like the Silver Ranger and all the Power Ranger. The extra one just comes out of nowhere. It's like, I'm your nightmare, and you're like, yeah, you
right.
are.
The audio lover. Thank you for joining as well.
Like Nightmare Gorilla, and then you got like Devil Bear. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
For people don't know, Devil Bear is actually a villain in the Marvel universe. So
is he really?
Look it up. It's actually in the New Mutants movie.
Garage Gorilla.
Imagine that. Garage Gorilla. I'm dead.
So if y'all are new here and haven't been here before, you don't know what's up. We're a bunch of jokers. We like to have a good time. We like to share our passion for gaming with you all. The thing I wanted to link you two with before we got into the rest of the podcast was, yes, Ivan is a huge wrestling fan. So is Chris.
Hi.
So I'm just saying. Ivan, but before we talk more about everything else, please let him and the people at home know what WCA is and what you've been doing with it. Because I can explain it, but like I feel like this is
it's better to come from the CEO.
It's better to come from you.
Okay, so basically, to put it into simplest forms, because I know a lot of people, when they hear wrestling, they think of Attitude Era, they think of old school wrestling, they think of a couple people like The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin or someone older, someone newer. All wrestling's not the same. You don't need to know anything about wrestling. I'm taking my passion for wrestling and my passion for gaming and putting it in a format where it's digestible for you. You are the superstars, you are the crowd, you are the voice, you are the engine that keeps it running. It's all driven by the people. So you don't need to know any knowledge of it. It's all you. There's bets in the chat. There's rewards.
Oh, wow.
You have a character for yourself. Music, everything's customizable as much as I can. And that's pretty much it. My rule is,
awesome.
watch the intro video. If you don't like it, if it doesn't hype you up, it's not for you. That's it.
I like that.
And speaking of, you know what? I'm gonna let that run in the background while we do our whatchamacallit. Yes, while we do that.
Yes.
The thing.
While we do while we do our icebreaker. I was waiting for the moment to do that. Yeah.
Well, the thing.
Yeah, you know the thing is, right? Yeah.
You're gonna get like a text message. The thing. Oh, that thing. My bad.
Oh, that thing.
Oh, the other thing. Right.
Oh, damn.
Just gonna get an angry call from Will this time. You're gonna be like, really?
If you see any spelling errors, that's my fault. I wrote that real quick. The summary for
where's the video? I want to show them the video.
Spelling.
Which one?
The hell yeah video.
Go to what is WCA?
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes. Ooh.
You might see some recognizable faces in the.
I hope that's the right video too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have the music playing because like copyright and stuff. But
yeah.
This is what WCA is, everyone. I hope you will join me in your excitement for this because it's lit. It's so good.
I'm already excited. This did the tunnel vision.
Right.
Oof.
Move that over right there. But anyway, wait a minute. You're thinking. Wait.
Is that what?
Wait a second.
So, let me go over here real quick just so I can go back to the icebreaker. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah. So, in your opinion, what will change and what will stay the same when it comes to the coronavirus and the impact that it has on society and what it is that we do?
Yo, this video has got me caps. I'm sorry, I just saw Will come out and I'm just like, oh, okay, there he is.
I have something. I think it's gonna change. Obviously, it's gonna change everyone's hygiene. How things
About
are
damn
done.
time. Shower, wash your hands, damn it. Just come on, please. That's all we ask. Just
I work at a trampoline place, and like there's people who just come in who haven't been on a trampoline yet, who smell like ass and armpit. Like, listen, just you're not supposed to smell like that when you just walk in. First of all, second of all, I think it's most importantly, I think workplaces in general are gonna. It's not gonna be. I live in New York, so like anywhere here, it's all rush to get nowhere. I feel like this is gonna break time for people to like, and even the government maybe shutting down a couple of businesses for certain times of each month and like sanitizing places. Because you think about it now, they want us quarantined so that way they can like keep people away from each other and keep like the contamination low, but also they have to go out and send people like fucking Monsters Inc. in 2319 and like clean stuff. And like it's like, why didn't you do that before in the subways and shit? So like now they're gonna probably do it like couple times a month or once a month or something more to keep like the public areas where they can't control cleaner. Like, you know.
I agree. I totally agree. Something that should also come out of this hygiene. When you go to conventions now, you're definitely I pray because I'm a huge convention goer, but like you're gonna notice that there's gonna be a lot less, like hopefully a lot less grouping of people that are sick. Hopefully we're gonna take our time to be a little bit more question people to be like, hey, here's this drink, and I'm like, sick? Are you sick? Do you have have you ever been XYZ, so that way people can stop just trying to drink things. And I've had a lot of friends drinking things that they're not supposed to drink and have been sick for it. So hopefully this is good human caution. So going forward, people are going to be more, using common sense. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the hope.
That's the hope, big time.
Yeah.
Wash your asses. Come on, guys. It's not that hard.
For real.
It's
bro,
really not, bro.
Just wash.
Also, this is gonna teach people when something like this happens again, which it will. Let's not deny ourselves. It's epidemics. It's a natural thing. The viruses adapt, whatever. The coronavirus has been out for a long time. If you look at your cleaning products, it says coronavirus on it. And mind you, this was made in like 2015. So like, educate yourselves. But it's gonna like really change everyone's look at the way we greet each other. No more. Now it's like, what's up,
elbows,
yeah, right.
feet dab.
Bump
Tim's.
That's how you know he's from New York.
He's got to bump Tim's in New York,
He has the inside Tims. He has the outdoor Tims.
Yeah.
Man's wear Tim's all the time.
That is
no joke.
So funny.
I have so many friends in New York, and that shit never just
I
never.
gotta get this man some Tim slippers for his birthday.
Until you see WCA, we have people who wear Timbs and that shit too.
Yo, there's at least 5 I could think of off the top of my head.
I think there is 5.
It's like 5. It's just wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you, Case? What do you think?
It's like pretty much what everyone has said so far. But the thing is, like, we have to be very mindful and just thinking this, like, it doesn't just happen overseas. It happens here. Like a lot of people have to be mindful that things happen in other parts of the world.
Right.
And because when a lot of people heard the coronavirus, you know what the first thing that probably hit their mind? It's never coming over here.
Correct.
I
And
know
how
my
many
dad
times
said
did we
the
see on
same
our
thing.
Facebook? Dude, how many times have we saw like all in jokes being like, hey, yo, this is, the flu is worse, like, and people and, this thing
Yeah.
will. Bro,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I was just like, take this seriously.
Yeah.
There was post after post where I was like, guys, just take this seriously. And they're like, no, you don't know nothing. I'm, all right. Not like I have a friend that works in like a health inspector and telling me how bad it is, but no, you do you. You do you.
Like,
So,
one of my,
So I just had notes from like a podcast I was supposed to do with someone else a long time ago when the coronavirus first hit, and I still have on my notepad the date I did this, and I don't know if you can see it or not.
Nah, we can't.
No, you can't.
No.
I wrote the notes for this back in January 26th, before
Wow.
it came over here and like everything happened. try to talk about it and try to bring like some type of awareness because it was taking place in China. And my job and other people's job and people in general were like, nah, it's not gonna come over here. Look what happened. And I hope this teaches people that when something like this happens, don't take the toilet paper first, you idiot. You can't wipe the corona off your ass. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I'm about to show y'all something. That's some grade A fuckery.
Please don't show us your toilet paper hoard. No,
I'm gonna show you the opposite of that. You ready? You ready for this shit?
No toilet paper.
A bidet. He got a bidet.
Target just to take a quick look at like what was going on in the world of Target. Let me see if I can figure this out. Oh,
Target's a Target, okay.
Yeah.
They got hit hard.
Like, look at this.
Bruh.
This is. I'm trying to like bring it up more so that y'all can see. Hold on, let me see if I can actually.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. The entire like area over here. There's like trash bags left, but that's it. The whole shit's just gone. So like, whoever is deciding that like this is a good idea to just like take all the toilet paper, like. Toilet paper isn't going to solve your problem. People just need toilet paper because like it's a basic daily essential thing, but like taking all the toilet paper doesn't fix anything.
Right.
No, you can't wipe it off your ass. Like that's not how it works. You just have to stay clean. Mind you, these companies aren't like going out of stock of what they're producing. No, they have plenty. It's just we're now buying too much on this day. Like they're instead of spending a paycheck and spreading it out for the family, now they're like, okay, 2 paychecks, toilet paper. What the fuck?
Well, people I don't know if you guys have heard this, but like they're refusing, which is great, like Costco, BJ's and stuff like that. They're refusing to take back toilet paper from people because if they wanted to do that, I think a lot of people try to do the whole, I'm gonna buck off this. I'm gonna make a buck off terror and stuff like that. And it's just like, while we're in a capitalist nation, do whatever you want to do, but like at the same time, you got to think about it.
Yeah.
If people are just like, you know what, and I'm gonna get a single, like normal stack of fine. People now, oh shit, I fucked up, trying to return that, and all the retailers are like, nah, we can't take that back because A, fuck what you're trying to do, and B, nah, just that's you, that's gross, like we're refusing that, and it's great because it's kind of like flexing those muscles to be like, you reap what you sow. Consequence, everything you do. In this case, it was that, which is like perfect. I love it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, like you guys said, I feel like there's certain things that will probably change. Like, there will be a lot more businesses that will allow people to work from home overall. And there's going to be
real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but remember when so many companies are like, we don't have the bandwidth, we don't have the support, we don't have the technology to support people working from home. Turns out that was a big fucking lie.
Yep.
Like
huge lie.
Move. How quick did everything mobilize in under a week? Because I work for a company, I won't say what company, but that supplies a lot of electronics, we'll say. And the orders that we were getting, we were like, oh, I know where you're going with this. That's 50 computers for you. All right. What's that bullshit? Where's that bullshit that you say you can't work from home? We don't have this network support.
Yeah.
Turns out that was a big fucking lie.
Yep. Huge lie.
Which is great too, because now a lot of people are starting to think for themselves and actually come up with adequate and like concise, representation of what's happening too. It's like good. I hate the fact that it took a global pandemic for it to happen, but
we got there.
Right? Bro, don't even get me started. It's just like, use your common sense. Yo, that should be called rare sense at this point because rare sense.
School systems are getting hit hard too because now teachers are trying to teach from home, and like the same formula of teaching online is not the same that they were like forced to use in person. So now they're kind of like they don't have that connection with the kids, and they're using a thing on the phone or like an app that they didn't even know how to use and stuff. So now like the school format that I never really liked, that's a whole nother thing. But like now it's like being hit hard, and they're probably gonna be like, okay, we probably need to fix this. Second, you got parents who are like, okay, maybe I shouldn't send my kid to school if they're sick.
No, you shouldn't.
Bro, how many times, let's be real here. All four of us, when we were growing up, I was gonna say that exact same thing with Spanish moms, black moms, Latino moms. Yo, they're just like, you're like, Mom, I don't feel good.
No,
man, you're good.
Your ass is going to school.
You go to school.
Like, bro, Mom, you don't feel
Can
good.
you breathe?
Yes. Your head hurts. It's gonna hurt more.
I'm
I had
the sickness out of you.
I had a flashback. I
Shoot.
was just like, oh hell no.
Oh man. He's gonna grab the chancla. There it is.
No!
There it is.
I'm mad he got it. I'm so mad he got
Shit
it.
on deck.
I am dead.
Watch out, yo. Hit your little brother with that.
Sorry, wait.
Bro, mom's always had a way of
Put the chancla down. Put it down.
just around the corner, just a matrix.
Nah, forget the chocolate. We in the black
They
in the black
have they have a
household.
sixth sense. You make a mess, and they're over here shopping, and they hear it. They're like, they call you, and they're like, what fell?
You don't know what you're talking about?
Chill.
As you see shit broken, you're like,
Bro, you already know something was a wrap when your parent told you go inside and pick up a stick from the tree.
bruh.
I'll never
That's
forget
that
the first
Caribbean
time my
mom shit.
I'll never forget when my mom first did that to me. I was like, I'm all like 10 years old. I'm like, she goes to go outside and get a stick. I was like,
What
does this mean?
What was the biggest
Bro,
lie our
bro.
parents told us? I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hit you.
the biggest lie. It's not the biggest lie.
I need that
hated
shit
that.
on a shirt.
Bro.
I need that shit on a shirt.
I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna hit you.
I'm gonna hit you. On the back, it says mom.
No
Yo.
lie, but no lie, I literally went outside and got a stick. It was like probably this big.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's just like,
Nah. Next thing you know, comes in a thing that's probably as big as my desk. I was like, what the hell is that?
this is like, no. But this is what we can make fun of it. We can laugh at it because it's like we have, great relationships with our families and like
Oh,
things
yeah.
were a little bit different then. But like now, every parent is starting to see like their kids are right about their own body. Listen to them.
Yes.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
when everyone just goes out, you don't know how lucky you are to be quarantined with no kids, and they're like, "Oh, we know. Oh, we
No,
definitely know.
we know.
we know."
We're
choice
Make a mess
thankful.
outside. When they
Yeah.
get messy outside now it's like, no, it's not building a tolerance no more.
Nah, you just dying.
No,
You
it's
just-
called
yeah.
it's
called
it's
death.
called you gonna get sick.
Someone in the
You're
set, bro,
sick.
Ren Ryujin in the chat just went when they find the extension. I was like, blast from the past. I'm like, oh no.
Yo,
oh
shout
no.
out to Audio
that
Lover. He
back
said
here,
his
too.
mom imported a stick from Haiti. Yo, that's wild.
Bro,
Imported a
Wait,
stick from
they got a website for
Haiti.
these?
Yo, I didn't even know they did that. I didn't even know that.
Like
Bro.
a back scratcher.
Yo, he's like,
Yo,
all right.
but they make shit back in our home country. Like I'm originally from Chile, South America. That didn't know.
Chile.
It's easy. And like they would have some shit that just wouldn't break. Like you're like what kind of
bamboo?
craftsmanship?
Bamboo.
Yo, I feel it's like a stick, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. One wrong thing and whack, and you're like, bro, that was not a stick. That was the force of like all the angry ancestors into one whack. It was like
I felt Zeus. I felt Poseidon. I felt Hades. All in that
someone
one
help
stick.
me. Shout out to Haiti.
He
Holy
went to the
shit.
he went the 7 circles of hell and came back.
I don't want to die anymore. I'm sorry.
Just playing.
I don't want to die anymore.
I don't want
I'm
to do
sorry.
this anymore. I don't want to go and grab a stick.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was just say I never failed a test ever in my life ever again.
Before we get to the rest of the podcast, I do want to say real quick, we're doing a quick sponsored segment for AMD, actually.
Ooh.
And this is, so I just want to say the talking points real quick. It's mostly for the Xbox Game Pass to remind you all like what it is, what it comes with, and all the good stuff that goes with that. So we have the Xbox Game Pass thing going on here. PC beta coming soon. I still don't know like what's going on with the PC beta. We'll get into that later. But my friend Pedro's on there. Europa.
It's $5, right?
I believe so. So the talking points that I have here. Play Halo Reach with 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for PC when you buy select AMD Radeon graphics or Ryzen processors. So if you buy a processor, you're gonna get Game Pass as well as Halo Reach as part of that bundle in a 3 months package as well.
Nice.
Gear up with select AMD Radeon graphics or Ryzen processors and play the Halo Reach in over 100 PC games with 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for PC. One thing to note with Game
Ryzen,
Pass is your accessible content is constantly being updated and refreshed. Below are some of the top titles currently available on Game Pass. As a Game Pass subscriber, you get access to each Halo title as it launches, which is lit.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool, especially as we march towards the Halo Infinite launch this year. So hopefully that's still on time.
I was
That's
gonna
still,
say, hopefully it's on time.
Hopefully it's still gonna happen. But I'm just gonna list off a couple of the top games that they have listed here, which is the Master Chief Collection, Ori, Will of the Wisps, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, which comes out in April, hopefully. Flight Simulator, which comes out in May, hopefully. The Outer Worlds, which is an amazing game, by the way. So good.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
Such a good game.
Yeah.
Best game 2019 for me.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Came out
That
of
good,
nowhere.
that good.
I didn't-
Wow, that's.
I didn't know about it. I didn't give a flying, and I played it, and I was like, I think this is it for me.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Damn, that's amazing. Yeah.
I was like, follow who?
Wasteland
best
2, Stellaris, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Prey, which is an older game. Both of those,
I
actually.
love Prey though.
Yeah, Prey's dope.
I saw you play Prey when it first came out, and I was like, this game is nice.
Yeah.
They remade it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
remade Prey, so there was like a reboot with a totally different thing going on. I still didn't finish it though, so I have to do that. Football Manager 2019, Moonlighter, which is really good too.
Oh, I
Hellblade.
love that game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hellblade:
Oh.
Senua's Sacrifice, which is an amazing game.
Yes, it is.
And Mutant Year Zero. So, once again, Game Pass is also a really great service. I do plan to continue my subscription of Game Pass because I actually do have it right now. Even though I have a ton of games to play right now, there are. Yeah, I still haven't finished Gears. I still haven't finished the story for that. So, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I mean, you're not wrong.
But yeah, so we'll get into the rest of the podcast now. And as we do that, what are the games that you have been playing? We'll start off with Itsyoru this time. I know what you've been playing, but the people at home may not know.
Bro,
They may not
okay,
know.
So,
Yeah.
the first question that Will ever asked me on a podcast was, what's one of your first gaming like childhood memories? And it was Resident Evil for me. My dad is a huge gamer. He's a first generation gamer. He came from Chile. He would skip school to go to arcades and play games. Like that's how dedicated he was. And like when we moved to the US, he would always try to go to like arcades, but they're not as even in the 90s they weren't available widespread. But then he heard about the PlayStation and then Resident Evil 1. So my dad wanted to get it, and then there was someone working at Funkoland or like EB Games at the time. I forgot what it was. They were like straight up just wait like 2 more months. The Resident Evil 2 will come out and it's gonna be much better. So my dad was like, all right, yeah, I'll take you up on that offer, bro. He comes back with it. He sits down. I sit down with him. Within like 15 minutes, I'm crying. I'm like 8 years old. I'm just scared out of my mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
but Resident Evil for me is just amazing. That and Mega Man, but like Resident Evil 3, I've just been playing the shit out of it. It's been something that I've been wanting more. I've wanted Resident Evil 2 remake to happen more than anything in the world, and then it came out, and I was like, I'm not satisfied. I'm not sated. I need more. I need Resident Evil 3. And then everyone I remember telling me, they're like, why would they do that? I'm like, why wouldn't they? They already have the asset. The RE engine's perfect, and now you're gonna be able to create all of your, like your memories with Nemesis, favorite, sad, or terrifying with him. And it's been a fun trip for me more than anything. But I mean, I am a little biased towards the RE franchise.
Of course.
A little bit.
I have a question for you. Do you think they're gonna remake any other Resident Evil? Like, do you think
Bro.
they should?
Ooh, good question. I'm selfish, and I would say one last remake, and I think a lot of actually two, but the really selfish one is Outbreak. But then we got Resistance, so I'm kind of like it's not the same, but at the same time, I'm a huge.
Well,
They
like,
kind of did
storyline-wise,
they
like-
kind of did reboot it, yeah.
Exactly, but
Storyline wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, do you think they should do like
Code
4
Veronica.
next?
Code Veronica,
Code
that would be a good
Veronica.
idea. That'd be a good idea.
Code Veronica should be the next one that gets remade, and that's it, and then move on with the titles and just do more groundbreaking things like they did with 7. 7's story was really captivating
It was
because.
dope.
Yeah, because instead of macro managing the universe, they went back to their roots, back to the horror elements, survival horror in first person, and you're like, "What the hell is this going?" And you're like, "All right, this is terrifying."
Yeah, it was scary. It was definitely
like-
scary.
Ugh.
I'm kind of torn. Like I like what they did with the third person in RE2 remake.
Yeah,
And so I was just like, I don't mind if we do that for the next game that comes out, but
right.
at the same time, I love what they did with 7, so I'm conflicted.
I have an unpopular opinion. Resident Evil 6 is my favorite one because
Bro,
to me,
it's okay. It's okay as long as you like the series. But I mean,
I do.
Yeah.
That's an
It's just
interesting
that like
choice.
that is the most hated one, and I get it.
I think
don't
5 is
deny
more
it.
hated than 6.
I remember the flaming that
five, though.
but 5 was
introduced
good.
the co-op though.
It
And
did.
I
But
think
it's more than that. It's
Maybe-
just
I think people hated 5 was
I liked
I
it.
liked 5 for what it was, but I understand why people hated it because it was the biggest departure from what they were doing.
Oh, when
from
he
Resident
punched the
Evil.
rock.
So there was shit like that. It was like over the top action movie stuff that was just like not really. It didn't in a lot of ways it didn't feel very Resident Evil for a lot of people. The co-op was fun when you had another person, but if you didn't, the AI was just garbage. Yeah, it was flapping in the wind, you know.
nah, it's not even good ass cheeks. I'm
It's
talking
like-
about my
bro,
ass cheeks right now. It's not good.
Inverted ass cheeks.
Inverted ass cheeks. So you get what that
Just
is.
go right on
You
in.
get sucked in.
Like people like this, and then just went. swoop.
Yeah.
If I flex my ass cheeks, it's nothing.
And it was an action game, so it wasn't scary. Like at least to me, it wasn't scary at all. So
I think the scariest part. Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
it was just the liquors part. That was like for me.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
terror. That was it. And I was like, oh, okay.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's not horror, you know.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil
6.
scarred me.
Yeah.
6, it was an all-star cast for me. Like it was everybody from. It was split into 4 stories, but 3 co-op ones.
Yeah.
Where you get Leon's story, and that's like going back to Raccoon City because they had that blue fog doing the zombie thing again. So it was like a nice callback. Then you had Jake, voiced by Troy Baker. He's amazing, but like that kind of went like
it
one
did-
of his like not favorite projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like for me, that was still my favorite because it was like an all-star cast, and
Yeah.
I love Leon the most, and I did like the action for some characters to have. When it comes to Leon and the stuff he can do, I wanted it. Like look
Yeah.
at the movies.
And the way he was
movies were great.
rolling
I was
around,
gonna say, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Like
It felt
I like
great.
that mobileness. But like I also wish they combined it and had like a horror element, but also with certain characters they able to like get around.
Yeah.
Right.
Later
Yeah.
on though.
I think they did a good
That's
job
another
with Leon's campaign for that. I will say for sure. They did a great
It's the
job.
best out of. Let's be real here. Leon's campaign was the best out of that game. That's.
Without a question.
I really like Resident Evil a lot. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm biased.
I like
even
Resident
know-
Evil too.
Oh God, with how bad it was though, like as a whole, I will say it was a train wreck on top of like a shit plant. It was on fire. It was bad.
let's not
Leon-
forget though.
Oh, it was a saving grace. But yeah, go on.
Without Resident Evil, especially Resident Evil 4, when Leon was when he came back, there would have been no Devil May Cry
This
because
is
that
true.
was
The departure.
yeah. It basically it
Development
was so
hell for
different.
Capcom is normal. Exactly.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but maybe I was. Maybe I was. Who knows?
Capcom, bro, like Capcom and Resident Evil have a when it comes to like developmental fires in hell, dude. Like, but the good thing is Kamiya, who was at the time working on a Resident Evil project that eventually became DMC, they were like, "This is not Leon," and they're just like, "Well, we worked so hard on it. It's just fuck it, do your own thing." It's like, all right, I guess we'll just call this Devil. And then you're like,
Cry.
Yeah, Devil May Cry. Oh man,
I love Devil May Cry. I'm a
Devil
big
May
fan.
Cry, let's go, me too,
Bro,
bro.
I called Devil May Cry when they announced it at E3 when I saw the van. Before even the lights came on and they
Yup.
showed you Devil May Cry, I was like, this is Devil May Cry.
Dude,
Yeah.
They're
thank
like,
you. Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Oh, I get
100%.
goosebumps, bro. I get, like,
People were
goosebumps
like,
talking about
I got
it.
on
"Casey, this is
PC,
not Devil May
yeah.
Cry." I'm like, this is Devil May Cry. They're
Yeah.
like, and then when the van showed up and it said Devil May Cry, I was like, where's my money?
Where's my, yo, for real.
Told
the departure from like you could see like the cutscene. I was just like, what is this? Earth Protection Force or whatever the bug game.
Yeah, Earth
Yeah.
Defense Force.
And then it just Defense Force, and then it zoomed in and you heard the music go, and then the metal started. I was like, this is Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
This is Devil
100%.
May Cry.
So
Devil
the
Trigger.
music.
So
Oh my
here's the
God.
craziest
Great
part
song.
about that. I was there when they unveiled it. So like I was
Did
in
you
the-
just jizz?
I was literally next to Hip Hop Gamer, Red Infamy,
Man was holding himself.
Carl. I was like next to a whole bunch of people that like I like in the industry as well. And we were literally just like, I was looking at that, I was like, yo, this is Devil May Cry. This is about to be Devil May Cry. And they were just like, oh yeah. Like everyone around me agreed because like we knew what was up. But like the crowd was just like, wait, what?
We know.
And so I was just like,
come on. Dude, when that came out, I was at work and I remember
yes, that image.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Just getting a chair. Yeah. But no, I remember when DMC5 first like the whole like video just came out. I was at work closing up, and I went nuts at the store. I was like screaming. My coworkers were like, "What is going on?" I was like, "It's Devil May Cry," and they're like, "What the hell is a Devil May Cry?" And I'm like, "All right."
Crying? What?
Wait,
Crying?
Wait, how
Why
did
is it Devil
Oh, I see that.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what happened. There we go. Yeah, I clicked on the
What?
thing and I broke everything. Sorry. My bad,
Oh, you
everyone.
broke the podcast.
We're good.
Bro, the
We're fine. We back. But yo, Devil May Cry has like the greatest soundtrack ever since I started with Devil May Cry 3 when I was a kid.
Oh, Devil
And
May Cry.
Devil May Cry 3 was omega hard as like a 15-year-old for me.
It was.
And I was just like, this
It
is like
was.
the first boss, the Reaper, the first one you have to face.
Hell no.
Oh, I was talking about the
Hell no.
spider,
like-
man. That spider.
Yo, that.
when it came down the
Yo.
when it came down the stairs, I was like,
Yo, chill.
I'm,
Yo, chill.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Wait,
just
that's like the first one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
The first one was
Like-
the fire spider that fucking kept coming
Yo,
after
chill.
you.
Yeah.
Nah, no.
Like-
Get away. Stay psych right now.
It's like,
No.
yeah, yo, chill. Stop playing. Chill.
okay, since we all play Devil May Cry, what was your favorite weapon?
Ooh.
From Devil May Cry.
Like
I can't
of
pick
Devil
a
May Cry
weapon, but I
1
can
or
pick a
all of
favorite
them?
part.
All of them?
Out of all, like, I mean, yeah, like out of all of them. What's
Yamato,
like,
bro.
Yamato, all day.
Okay.
All day.
Okay.
All day.
Okay.
That's not a
And you're
question.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
My favorite one was the twins, aka the
Oh,
the two
that was my
swords.
second
Ebony.
favorite, without a
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Second favorite.
Not the guns, the swords that
The
you get
two
from Devil May
swords,
Cry
the
3.
fire and
Queen
winds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
my
And
two.
that like that
was my
dash
favorite.
that you do, where you like, oh, yeah, that
Channel
was
your
my
inner Kratos.
shit.
Oh, and you're like,
When they
Yeah.
put that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I geeked.
Yes.
I geeked.
Cerberus was also dope, but it didn't do as much damage.
Oh, yeah.
But Cerberus was
Yeah.
dope too.
Cool moves, man.
Oh, for real. But for me, it has to be Red Queen for a very close second. Very close second is Red Queen. It's just
Nero.
you see the evolution from Nero when he is in 4, and you're like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then when he revved it in the trailer,
Rodri
you're
and
like,
Ruja, that's what it was called.
yep.
Yeah.
You just start crying because you're like, my boy, my sword, my boy, and my sword.
My boy and my son. Yes.
It's that
Yeah.
blue rose, and you see how upgraded it is. I'm like, oh, it's like that.
I remember when we were before the game came out, like Chris and I were literally geeking out about it so hard, and we were just like, "Yo, like I just want to know what happened to Nero. Like, how? First of all, like where did his arm go? Like, how? Like we saw it in the cutscene, but it was like, how?
But
Bro, it just rips. Yo, I was like,
The
what?
way it happened was so fast. I was like,
like, dude,
Bro.
that thing is made out of like iron and death. How's that even work?
Yeah.
yeah, how did it just get
And
taken
then you
so
just see the
quickly?
arm hand, just like Virgil when he. I mean, it's been like 2 years. It's been 2 years, people. If you haven't beaten it, but
Has it been 2 years since it came out?
yeah, no,
It's been a year. It's been a
A
year.
year and a half. Let's say a year and
It's been a year.
almost a year
This
and
is
a
the
half.
longest 2 years of my life. But like when it's like hanging like that, I'm like, bro, he's just popping in that shit. It's just like,
yeah, that
I'm
was
like-
crazy. So, anyway, we're going down memory lane with Devil May Cry. No, don't please.
Yeah.
This is what we've been talking about. What we've been playing.
yeah.
What else? What else have people been playing? I know you've been playing Overwatch.
Me, I'm almost addicted to that
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, the struggle is real. I mean,
I've been
made
kind of
two
wanting to play it
accounts.
again. Not gonna lie.
Bro, if you come back. Just come back.
I miss-
You're a good DPS.
I'll be the
I got
only
you. Anime, let's go.
the only time I want to play Overwatch is when people are on and they do custom games, or when you have a full squad.
Right,
Because
right.
when I even helped Stella make her own host this big tournament, like for like, think of like sub games, but it was like for everybody. It was called like Ranger League, and like I helped her like just have a whole thing of it, made a video, and it was just like no one wanted to play like the actual thing. Ranked was broken. It probably still is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have the whole role thing, which is great, but like the custom games is fun. I mean, that's
they
the
are
only
really
time I want to
fun.
play.
12
yeah.
pigs, one hole. If anyone's ever played that, it's the funniest shit ever. It's just it's on Ilios. It's on Well, where you're just pulling each other.
Roadhog.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Oh my
12
god.
12 pigs, one hole, and then you like your ult shoots down, and then you like get and save yourself by getting out, bro. It's just, if you play that game with friends and you're drunk and all your friends are drunk like baked, it's the funniest things that come out of that.
These are facts.
That's
we used
funny
to
because
play
like,
Overwatch pretty regularly too as a group.
yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like back in the day, like when me and Hollywood, we actually were playing Overwatch, we actually created a game called Torbjorn Slappers.
Bro,
So
I'm listening.
And Torbjorn Slappers was probably the funniest game mode we ever created. So what it was you play capture the flag, and everybody has to play Torbjorn. You can't use your regular gun, and the only thing you're allowed to use was your hammer.
Okay.
So it's 3v3, and you're really running around with the flag, getting slapped one hit.
I'm dead. I'm
And
dead.
dude, for some reason, like getting a point was like the hardest thing in the world. You had to out finesse people to get a point. But it was so much fun. And
Dude, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
I just like being able to use my Hanzo because like I'm a filthy Hanzo main.
Same.
I'm not the
We played
Hanzo main that
together.
ruined it for people.
Yeah.
Every time I spectated you, because I think we played in a couple like sub games before.
Yeah.
Every time I spectated you or someone else using Hanzo, I was like,
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Because like
He's
it's
hard to
just-
use. But I love. He's so
people
rewarding.
put a bad rep for Hanzo. Like, as soon as you be Hanzo, man, I've made videos about this when people are like, "Can you change?" I'm like, "The game hasn't started. Calm down. I'll switch if it doesn't work."
Yo, we got a
Yeah.
minute in, and the game just didn't even start. And
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
already telling me to switch.
Like
Yeah.
seriously, like even people in my chat. I remember the one time me and Ivan were playing Overwatch. They were like, "Oh, he's playing Hanzo. He's gonna be trash." And I was like,
Yeah. I'm like, well. I even recorded an instance where someone told me to switch, and I told them no, I'll switch if it's not working. But it worked last time. Let's finish the round like this. I killed 5 people. That's a whole team.
Yeah.
We won. So who did that? Oh, Hanzo.
Yeah.
Hanzo. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember
the
there's
meta
a
right now is wild.
played a game that I had with Hanzo that was like I literally like it was at the end of the match. I'm gonna try to find it, but I literally killed everyone. I was just like, this is the most
Nice.
satisfying thing
I
ever.
also want to go out on a whim, say I know everyone's gonna hate it, but I really think they should bring Scattershot back, but like nerf it. Just don't let it
Scattershot.
one shot tanks.
I was
Don't let
never
it one-shot
good.
tanks.
I was never good with the scatter shot. That was the one thing I couldn't do with Hanzo for some reason.
Hanzo pumps out
it's
so
not-
much DPS per right now. They
He
wouldn't
does.
go back. He's
Yeah,
just such a
like-
good now. In
All
this
you had to
meta-
do was like somebody get close to you, scatter shot the floor, hit all 3, hit him in the feet, and then win.
Exactly.
Yeah, every time I
it's
did
true.
it would just go like pew, and it would just like make an outline around them. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like seriously?
I would have nerfed it.
Will's
just
like,
like,
what the fuck?
Every time, it's
Because-
not even like once that happens or twice. It was just like consistently, and I was like, "Am I bad at geometry? Like, do I not know how shapes work?"
I'm
It
dead
is
because he
simple
just said
geometry.
geometry. He's like simple geometry. Looks back like, bro, you are bad at math.
Like, this is not simple. This is not working. None of this is.
I failed.
Yeah, I have failed you.
How much does X
Hanzo's
go
like,
into
even
Y?
Hanzo's just like, just
What are
switch
you
off.
doing?
Switch off.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I have a statue of
You want
Hanzo
that
back
key? What
here,
the
by
fuck?
the way. I don't know if you can see. Hold on, if it's this way, there it is. I have Hanzo and Genji right there, and I have
The Shimada brothers.
Tracer and Widow right there.
Widowmaker.
The cavalry's here.
Oh, jeez.
So like, listen, I love Overwatch. Like, I thought about maybe playing it today. I don't know.
I mean, that does sound pretty.
I don't know, man. Like Overwatch has just been like, I guess I don't.
Do I?
Okay,
Go ahead.
I don't want to say the community,
But it is.
It is.
but it
It
is.
come on.
It
Come on.
is.
Sorry.
Without a question.
But hold on, can we also talk about Stepmama Jeff with the whole like always ruining Overwatch, even as a general? Like, forget the community, but like Jeff always disappointed us with like every time he showed his face and told us about updates, we're like, really? Again?
There's never a change anybody wants.
Yeah.
The harbinger of
Yeah.
death.
No.
Like,
Fucking
but I will say
time.
I do respect Overwatch because I love my baby Diva. So I can't.
Always.
I love the game, but it's just like at the same time I just like,
The community. Yeah, the community is.
hey,
Skin, let's
let's go.
The
but,
community
like,
could be
it's
better.
The community definitely could be better because I'm a
So-
competitive soul,
Mhm.
and like the competitive scene of Overwatch is literally the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty high up there with
yeah.
League.
I was gonna. Okay, so I just got into League of Legends,
Ooh.
and the game has been
Welcome
around
to
for
hell.
what, 10 years. Yeah, 12 years, 10 years, whatever. it is. Bro, like I was playing. I was like, hey, I'm new, so I'm gonna. Cool. Within 5 minutes, I didn't take like a toad or something like that, and they're like, "Yo, reporter jungle, he's throwing." I'm like, "Bro, I told you I was new." And then
So-
I'm like, "There is no fucking way that this game can be this toxic and expect me to learn 10 years of like reworks, this, and this map overview. You know how you're supposed to macro and micromanagement." And I'm like, "Dudes, this is one game. Cool. I sucked at jungle. I'm like, all right, I'll go back to top lane." Bro, it was the same shit. Top, why aren't you coming down to help? I'm like, bro, I'm not the jungler. I was playing the jungler the past game, and they're like, report the top, and I'm like, yo, everyone on that community, it was a normal like draft game, or not even draft. It was like blind pick.
Normal pick, blind pick.
Yeah. And I'm like, y'all, this isn't ranked.
But you're still throwing in regular.
Yo, for real. I'm like,
Bro.
That's why I like the Overwatch community a little bit more. Because you can still like, if you're doing bad, but then you position yourself to just not die and just be as impactful as possible as a support or even DPS and just put on the pressure, it's a hell of a lot better than trying to find out where the other jungler is or the other character in League is. And you can sometimes get lucky picks. It's happened to me. It's happened to everyone. No, I'm just like, okay, all right, I'm Gucci. But yeah, and then my friends that are, one of my friends, Robin, who's a semi-pro League player, he was telling me, he was like, the community has not gotten better. It's just gone like down.
I found the clip. Yes.
There's really not much to expect with toxic community. I'm gonna say toxic communities, but like people expect them to get better, and it's like no, they were going this way to begin with. So like,
and you know what I think? I've been thinking this over the few years. I literally think it's competitive gaming. Competitive gaming, and depending how big this esport gets, the more toxicity tends to happen because everybody else wants to be a part of that.
Right.
Here's the thing.
That's what I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But that also comes with anything competitive, because part of competitive anything is getting in your opponent's mind. Granted, it's not supposed to be your teammates. If your teammates are bad, you're not supposed to get in their minds and make them play bad. You're supposed to boost them up. You take the aggressiveness and you go to the other team, because then when you get them angry, their game goes down while yours goes up, like sports, same thing. You trash talk until I
feel that. No, I do feel that from a competitive nature, but like you said, it's teammates just start egging you on. You're like, Anna, where were you? I'm like, bro, I was literally pinned down by a tracer and like, the monkey. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
All I'm saying is, with my experience with League, but a long time ago, I saw who my real friends were, who yelled at me.
Bro.
Mind you, they said they were gonna teach me the game. I told them, what item should I buy first? They said, anyone you want. I'm like, okay, that's not teaching me, thanks. And then like I went somewhere, they're like, why are you doing this? I'm like, okay, that's not teaching me, thanks. Like you're supposed to tell me how to play it.
Yeah.
Don't just
See here.
Don't criticize how I'm playing.
That makes people different, because like Hellswolf, he recently got into League of Legends. I taught him. I actually taught him how to play League of Legends. And I was like, and he the first thing I always ask somebody who's new when it comes to MOBAs and whatnot, because when it comes to Twitch, I started with MOBAs. I started with Smite, because that's how I started with streaming and all that stuff. And I was like, yo, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do damage? Do you want to do burst damage? Do you want to be big later in the game? Do you want to be a tank? Do you want to be a bruiser? Do you want to roam around and kill people from the damn rafters if you want to? And like, I always try to find out what their playstyle is, and then I was like, hey, get these couple champions, feel them out, play these different roles. I'll tell you what I can tell you. I'll give you some resources. This is how you play the game. I'll do what I can. If you have any questions, ask me.
Yeah,
that's what people need to be these days.
Preach.
Help people out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like,
gatekeep, man. Like,
exactly. And there's another thing, like, and I thank Oni for this, and it's because I hated Warframe for a very long time. Very long time. And when I met Will and I met Hells, like at the same time, they actually taught me how to play Warframe, how to play it correctly, what you're supposed to do, what do you have to do to get further into the game,
right?
Where to get certain materials. Here are these resources. You have these things. Now I enjoy the game. I love playing Warframe now.
Yeah.
It's awesome, just people need to put you in. Need to help. The people need to help in the right way.
They do.
Actually teach.
Yeah. It's the same with fighting games too.
Yeah.
That's a different. Oh my God! Remember the cultivating series that I was like, all right, this will be fun, and I just get wrecked. It's very demoralizing to be like, I wanna be better because I can think ahead, but there's so many things that I also have to like manage, like micromanage, like how far ahead is my frame, what's my frame, all that kind of stuff. That's why I idolize fighters, macro, like just like any mechanically gifted player in general, because I was new to PC gaming back in 2017, 2018, and like I saw some people fly on the keyboards.
Yeah, I think we started getting into PC gaming around the same time too. So
right, we definitely were, because we had PS4 beforehand. Yeah, I remember that shit, and then just being like, I bet. Now it's like going back to the sticks, like we were just talking about.
Back to the sticks.
What? But it's so true. But yeah, just all in all, just don't be such a gatekeeper. I think that should be like, I understand the competitive nature of it, but if you're in like quick play and stuff like that. Or even actually, I'm gonna take a step further and challenge you. Like, if you think that someone is really bringing your team down and they're not intentionally trying to do that, because there's gonna be griefers, there's gonna be like and shit. Just be like, hey man, is there anything that I can like? Do you need some help in any way, shape, or form? Like whether it be
Thank you.
But like I remember like ranked matches being that way. Like when instead of being the toxic person, be like, hey, support, is there anything I can do when I was playing tank?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, Tracer keeps coming. I'm like, all right, bet, stay with me and I'll help you peel. And then like it worked, because then the Tracer would just be on me, but then it'd be Milton with Zarya, and they'd be like, okay, can't target that support anymore. And then the supports start coming with the tanks, and then it's just much better. But this was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's hard to get through people sometimes, because like when I played rank, I was in that phase where I was stuck in gold nonstop, and I played with the group of people, and I knew their strengths and they knew mine, and it was a little unorthodox, but like it worked. And even when it didn't work, we didn't really have a fallback option. We just kind of continued, and it didn't work. So like, I wanted to have a plan B, because when our plan A didn't work, we needed a fallback thing. Like when they just have heroes that, like, I'm talking to Overwatch instance, when they just had Reaper who was just melting people. I'm like, okay, well, what's a counter to that, and who can play that? So that way we can we don't have to switch our whole team to something that just makes us all weak.
Yeah.
Let's just fix what needs to be fixed in here. But then I would have one person who would play tank, and he would go from he would go from Reinhardt to Roadhog, and magically he's just like, you know what, I'm done tanking, I'm just gonna be Tracer.
No,
What does it mean?
We need at least a tank.
No, you're not. No one else is gonna play tank but you. We settled.
Yeah, and then that's where it comes down to. Yeah, for real though. That's why I like Q a lot, because it's like, it's definitely gotten rid of a lot of people just being like midway, just like, nah, fuck it, I want to play DPS. I'm like, bro, we already have 4 DPS, and that was already because 5 wanted to play DPS.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, oh god.
Yeah, I gotta reinstall Overwatch, because this talk is making me like miss it. It's making me
more
miss
than
it.
welcome to play. Come on,
Should we assemble a practice team and then just start playing a couple games, just chill and just like see how?
I feel like that's not a bad idea.
Quit playing, and we hate it and uninstall it again.
I'm down.
Hey, you guys go ahead. I'm just.
I've been playing a lot of COD. I play that a lot.
I mean, that's
okay. Cool. Well, Hog is a really good DPS right now too.
No. Sorry, COD.
COD. Oh my god, I thought you said Hog. My bad.
We might be addicted.
Yeah, Warzone.
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit of Warzone. A lot of multiplayer, but a little bit of Warzone.
Warzone's been having his issues though. Hackers galore.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing
live stream fails, and there's a lot of hackers just showing up where you're like, there's no way that person should have died. You see the streams from the view, and you're like,
dude.
Yeah.
How are they not
never
caught?
believes me.
That's blatant cheating. That's blatant cheating.
I've definitely seen in multiplayer people cheat. Like there's a clip I have of like I was walking through the cave of Azir Cave, and like a bullet just hit me while I was like walking through like solid cave, and I was just like,
I don't think that's how that.
It's funny because in
the
PUBG,
bullet went right here.
Yeah.
there's thick walls between where I was and where the last enemy was, and like imagine like the person is like the size of my fingernail, right? These walls are like it was this much space, and the fingernail, that's me, walking forward. Wait, what? I didn't die, so I knew there was something weird going on. I was just like, what the fuck? What?
In PUBG, the hackers was insane, and when you know a game well enough, you're able to spot something wrong where it's a hacker. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was a wee little lad. Okay, so when I know something's wrong and I call hackers, I had people who like, why do you always say a hacker? Maybe you're just bad. I'm like, listen, first of all, I know I'm good at the fucking game. I could challenge you right now, anyone else, but I know the game in and out. Okay, there was no one here, and I died. Explain,
please. I'm all ears. Just
you get straight bullets that hit you out of nowhere, or you get somebody who like. It's always hardcore too. Hardcore, a lot of the hackers hide because there's no kill cam.
Exactly.
Or in ground war. In ground war, it was ridiculous. There were some people who were sniping in ground war with like an ACOG scope all the way down yonder, or they would hide in a tank and snipe with the tank because they could just lock. Boom,
Yeah,
boom,
I mean,
boom,
what are you
boom,
gonna do
boom,
about it? It's a
boom.
tank. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously. You're like,
And they know how to hide within like the stuff in it, and it's like, yo, can you not see they're hacking? And it's like, no, maybe you're just bad. No, maybe you need to learn the game, bro. That's literally aimbot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's toggling from chest to head, like he's just hitting here nonstop, and then he toggles and then it's headshots nonstop. Look at the fucking kill feed, like, come on.
yeah. If you can see that pattern, just wanna-
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's. I want to move on to the next part of the topic here, part C.
My favorite letter.
You nasty.
See here. This is a good letter.
Bro, it's the letter of my name.
You
Bro,
nasty.
It's like, oh, I see you. I'm like,
But
oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's a rant that you just want to get off your chest that you feel inclined to do so more? Because we did a little bit of that before, but is there a specific game that you want to rant on just to get it off your chest, just to let it all out in chat? If you have
There's so many.
one as well,
there's so much.
I can start with mine.
Cheers.
I can start with mine.
Go ahead.
Kessa put on his glasses. He's like, all right,
Yeah,
wait.
he's like, all
All right,
right.
I gotta get ready for this. I gotta wipe the
Bro.
glasses for this one. Hold up. Wait a minute.
I gotta
So
pick one.
Let's do this.
yeah, all right. Before I say that, I want to say one thing real quick regarding what I've been playing as well, because
Yes.
JC Mac, myself, my fiance, his wife, and my brother and one of his friends actually joined a game of Mario Kart and Smash Bros last night. We had like a little couples game night. It was really fun.
That's adorable.
And I've been teaching
That's
them
cute.
how to play Smash Bros, and it's been so dope, like watching him and watching his wife learn how to play while I was like teaching them some like in between stuff. So you may see JC Mac join us for Smash Bros whenever we play again on stream at some point. But he's talking that good shit earlier. He was like, yo, I'm ready for you, Oni. I'm ready. I've been practicing on the stick. So he's been unlocking characters. So,
You see Will Smith, man, I taught you.
I
Have
taught
some
you.
respect.
And they hit you with the, well, the student must beat the master. It's like, you're not there yet. You're not there yet.
See,
You're still a white belt.
Give
Stop
it like a year.
You barely even got the belt. You don't even have the key yet. Come on.
You still
I got
call
my
me
belt.
seafood.
Cool. Where's
Stop
your
it.
key?
Stop it.
So I don't know if we'll play that today, but like I'm excited to play with it. Play Smash Bros.
Nasty.
More.
Oh, you nasty. See, I can do that too.
So yeah, for those of y'all who are into Smash Bros, definitely let us know. But that kind of ties into one of the things I want to rant about. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and say two. So the quick rant will be Nintendo constantly surprises me with how inept they are with online infrastructure related stuff. So Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U, let's say 5 years ago. Let's just throw that number out there. I don't remember how long it's been, but I think it's been like around that long. In that, 2 people on one Switch can play online with other people, no problem.
Okay.
In Smash Bros,
Oh, tell me more.
you can do that as well, but only in a co-op randomized mode. So like, you know how to like Smash Bros has like a ranked mode where you go out, you play against random people and whatever. You can play with 2 people on one system only in that mode. When it comes to lobbies, when it comes to like making your own games, you literally just cannot do it. Which just blows my mind. Like, what do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. So Nintendo, Sakurai, please, your old game from 5 years ago has a feature that makes sense to have in your newer game. The game came out not even a year ago. It came out in what, December?
Something like that.
Together.
What the fuck? What the fuck? So that's
Well, it's just like, what
we discovered that yesterday while we were trying to make that happen, and we're just mind blown by how dumb that is. The other thing I wanted to say, it's related to that same thing, is Borderlands 3 has couch co-op on the PS4 and on the Xbox, but it does not have that on the PC.
Ooh.
There is no split screen capability on the PC version of Borderlands 3 in any way. It was a thing in Borderlands 1. It was a thing in Borderlands 2 on the consoles. Why would you not put it on the PC? Matter of fact, the PC is the easier system to develop for. Why is it still not on there? What?
You can do a lot more with it too.
It's 2020. Like, what are you doing?
Damn.
I do believe.
I'm gonna also add one in there for you.
I do believe.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Didn't expect it.
What he said was
Oh my
What
god.
he said was,
Nintendo.
I'm shocked, but I'm also not shocked. It's a weird place to be, you know? You're surprised, but not surprised. Yeah, it's like, you know, the whole epidemic going on right now. I'm
and
surprised.
Nintendo's like,
but not
and Nintendo's
surprised.
like,
We're not off that.
Basically, so like, it's mind blowing how easy. Like, these are just easy shit. I'm not proposing any crazy ideas here. This is no rocket
Whoa, you're making
science.
too much sense. We're gonna need to pull it back.
It's not complicated.
logic, come on,
Come on, man.
complicated.
Rare sense. Come on, it's rare sense.
rare sense, come on.
Wait,
man.
you're a wrestling fan, so you understand this. No company wants to make sense. It's all about how much sense can you not make.
Yeah.
It's
Basically,
literally wrestling.
Yeah.
basically.
Yo, for real though. But to add on that, I will add this one tidbit. Also, what's a dude got to do to get Dante into fucking Smash? Bro, I'm tired of fucking yo,
Talk
the
Marvel
whole,
vs. Capcom.
bro. No. I
Rare
know that. But like,
sense. Yo, can we get hashtag
Yo.
rare sense trending on Twitter?
Rare sense.
rare sense.
That actually might be dope though.
Yo,
Yo, for real, rare sense trademark Black Oni.
Like, dude,
no,
you-
that
if
ain't
you
mine.
literally
That was yours. You took that.
Well, it's a group. It's fine. It's no big deal.
like do some coronavirus people like buying just way too much stuff. Like, oh, maybe I could just buy one for this week and then buy another one next week. Rare sense.
Rare sense.
Nah, that's gonna be TikTok videos too. Rare sense.
Rare sense.
Bro, I'm dead. It's gonna appear, and I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck? Y'all see this?
It's wild.
If I save my money, I'll get more money in my bank. Rare sense. Huh.
It's wild.
Damn.
If I stop buying all
Damn.
the toilet paper, there could be more for other people to clean their asses.
Now fuck that shit.
Rare
Yeah,
sense!
no, rare sense right there. Oh my god. But yeah, the only reason why I'll do a little mini rant on that is like, y'all remember the lead up to Sakurai announcing how do you pronounce his or her name?
Byleth, yeah.
Byleth, yeah. Bro, even the what was it? The DMC developer came out and just is like, remember, on this day, the same day that Nintendo Sakurai DLC character reveal. He was just like, remember this, and it was
Oh
like
my God.
three. And we were all like, bro, it's Dante.
It's
It has
gotta
to be
be.
Dante. And then fucking Sakurai threw up the three fingers, and we're like, oh my god, it's coming. It's Dante. It's about time. And then Byleth came out, and I remember being like, this is a joke.
Three
It's gonna cut. It's
houses.
gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it's gonna cut in half, right? It's gonna be like, nah, hold up. I thought Dante was gonna come in and be like, nah, dumb. Let me show you. I would have been like, yo, thank God. But no.
Yo, that I
Stay
would
psych.
I would
Stay
definitely
psych.
be
Stay
down
psych.
for Dante and I would definitely be down for that. I mean, he was in whatchamacallit, PlayStation All Stars. Why the fuck
Well,
not?
he's in but he's also on the Switch now, so I don't
That's
understand.
true.
Possibility.
That's true. He could come
That is
down the
a
line.
possibility.
Yeah, there's another DLC pack
Yeah.
that they're doing, so he could
Either
come.
that or Nero.
Bro, oh, Nero would
true.
be so good in this fucking game. Just
His
being
upbeat
able
can
to
be his,
quick changes.
the arm
His
grab,
arm.
Buster,
Yeah.
the Devil Buster.
Yeah.
just like Joker. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of
Oh
cool.
god, Joker's gonna have a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Because Byleth can do that now too. Got the
Yeah.
I love Byleth. Yo, I actually really like Byleth. So
yeah, he's a Joker.
Okay.
the Joker.
Yoker.
Um,
Hey, what's his
but
name?
yeah,
Maybe Yoker.
more. What you got, Ivan? What you got?
I'm still trying to think of one.
Okay,
right.
Casey, what you got?
No. I can go real quick. It's a little
Do
thing.
it.
Especially with this new Valorant thing coming out, it's free to play. It's not so much about the game itself. It's just the concept of people like, because it's the people who've done League of Legends making this game and it's free
Riot.
to play. There's people who just hate on it, not even try to say this, that, and they always have like an excuse. And it doesn't have to pertain to Valorant. It could pertain to any other company who's making a game. Oh, I'm not going to support them because they did this, such a. The only thing you're spending is your time to play a free game.
Free.
Give it a shot. Suck it up. Move the fuck on. You might have fun with friends, and you always talk about like, oh, I need new games to play. I want to play with more friends. But then when it comes down to a free game, you don't want to fucking try something. Let's put that, you know, tuck it in a little bit, you know, just put that pride aside and just go out and play a fucking game that's free. You're only spending your time. That's it. I'm tired of people complaining like, oh, look, I hate CS:GO. Valorant is another CS:GO clone, but I see it and I like the new abilities add-on. I like little things about it, and I hate CS:GO, but I'm still gonna fucking try it because it's free.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I could put that aside. So if there's another game that you get for free because a friend gifts you, be thankful, play it, hang out, especially at a time like this. Nothing else to do. So like, let's tuck it aside and just play games.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Tuck it aside.
Tuck it aside. That's.
Just tuck
it aside. Yeah. Just put it on your belt.
Take it how you want, but like some people have that, you know, macho pride. And listen, my name is Macho, and I can put that down. All right. So like, you know,
It'd be like that.
I didn't know, but it's true. You make an excellent point because it's just like, what was that game that we tried out and we really wanted it to succeed well? What was it? It was like remember it was like by Nexon. It was like a shooter, but you could also like ride the walls. Oh my god! Remember we were like, yo, we got to make this work.
Oh.
We streamed it. You know this. We streamed it back in the day. This is like 2 years ago. Fuck. What was it? It was like
It was by the guy who did Gears of War originally.
Jeff Basinski, Cliff Basinski. I said Jeff.
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers. That's what it was.
Remember
That's
that?
it.
Yeah.
Shit was free. We were like, let's try it out. We had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It was Overwatch on steroids.
Yes, it was.
So here's okay.
Remember that.
There's a number of reasons why that game failed. There's a number of reasons. I still believe wholeheartedly that was a great game.
We had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
It just wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the right time, and it wasn't the right way to ease people into it either.
Right.
It wasn't free to play, so it was like you had
At first, no.
Yes. So at first, no. If they had launched free to play, it would have probably captured a lot more people's attention, especially because Overwatch was like dominating that space. They weren't even the same type of game, but like they were hero. Huh?
Y'all remember Battleborn?
Yeah. Oh man.
Damn.
$10 in 2 months. $10.
Why'd you have to go there?
I bought that game and still haven't opened it.
So you have like a collector.
Are the servers dead?
Open. Oh, I'm like
I just see the chat. Battleborn.
99% sure that the servers are super dead.
I heard a lot about that shit. I'm just
man. I heard that the matches just went on too long, and it was just like, why would you want them to be?
Because they wanted to be a MOBA, but they didn't want to be a MOBA.
Yeah.
That's why.
And it was a great idea, but
sandwich. I'm starving.
yeah. Oh please, shit. I might warm some food up while we're talking now.
Shoot, like, let me tell you, like, they wanted to be, because I remember reading Battleborn on Game Informer. Yeah, I remember it's Game Informer. Sheesh. But
relics of the past.
And, yeah, right. But like, I remember reading it on Game Informer, and they were talking about how it was very like characters level up, their abilities get better. I'm like, oh, this is a MOBA. But they didn't want to call it a MOBA. I remember in the interview it was saying like, oh, so you're pretty much your game is like a MOBA. Like, no, we're not a MOBA. And then I actually got to play the game during the closed beta, and I was like, this is a MOBA.
Oh shit.
This is a MOBA, and everybody's like, nah, this is like, it's gonna be like that new Overwatch game. I'm like, no, it wants to be like Overwatch, but this is a MOBA, and it's not gonna do well right now because it's Overwatch is coming out.
Yeah. And the hype behind Overwatch was just insane. Like the merchandising, like the fact that people can walk around with Overwatch hoodies and like
Jinx, shout out to Jinx at Hot Topic and online Jinx clothing. They're really good for a lot of like geekwear and stuff like that. But like I have, at the height of it, I have the carbon fiber Diva hoodie. I got the Lucio hoodie because I
got a Reinhardt hoodie. Yeah.
Yo,
I need my Hanzo shit.
It's wild because it's like
I need a Diva.
It transcended a game. It became a brand, and then it blew up even further. And now it is the Overwatch League. Like, do you see from 2015, 16, the boom, and now in 2018? Yeah, that Overwatch League started season 01. It was like, guys, we're watching this right now. This is happening, like on major news and like major like sports, because ESPN, the Ocho or something.
Right. But yeah, Overwatch and Battleborn, and another game that came out around the same time, Gigantic. Who remembers that game?
Oh man.
Such a good game.
We played it a bunch.
Such a good game.
Yeah.
Poor
Management.
execution time
Yeah.
and management, and they lost money. And yet the devs were still committed to that game, even despite not getting paid.
Yeah, it was really messed up.
Also, that
And
sucks.
It was a
though.
beautiful
That-
visual
yeah.
style for it too. It was
Such
like,
a cool game.
yeah. I actually
I
really
also
enjoyed
feel
that
bad.
game.
I also feel bad for the people who did Lawbreakers in a sense, because that they focused on that and spent money pushing that, and it failed when they had a side project known as Radical Heights.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Oh
And
my
it got good fucking like it. I think if it would have lasted today, it would have
Evolved. Yeah.
No, it would have evolved and beat Ring of Elysium, because they fucked up because they limited people. They used to have solos, duos, and squads, and they forced people, because of the people not playing it too much. They forced people to play either solo or squads. Like, you can't play duos. Like they just closed their servers out so that people have to play together. Radical Heights could have beat
Oh,
other
Breach.
free BR
oh my
games.
god.
Yo. Bring back Radical
Y'all
Heights.
remember Breach?
Bring back
Radical
Breach.
Heights.
Dude, Radical Heights was the funniest game ever.
I still
It was like
haven't
the
played
culling. You
It
know, how the
was so
culling was
funny, Oni.
self-aware, and they were on the game show, and like they had a narrator who was kind of fucking funny.
You had
Like,
Jerry
Radical
curls
Heights-
and everything.
Yeah, Radical Heights had
Jerry
like
curls.
this 80s vibe to it, but also like 80s like comedy, because
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
like self-aware, so they would bring that 80s comedy to you, and then like
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it made it
was so
rewarding to
good.
just play, land somewhere, get a kill, win. Can we talk about the win music?
Dude,
Like they
I
put,
love the
like,
drop
a-
music.
Yo, it's so good. It was so good. They did the whole grid thing. It was something different from the whole like circle closing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It was
it's
really fun.
Yeah, I think a big reason why
So good.
Lawbreakers didn't do as well as they wanted to. Okay, I mentioned earlier before, like how they eased players into it. Like they didn't really do a good job of kind of like allowing people a chance to learn the mechanics without getting demolished by people.
Yeah,
Um, and the skill gap was like really high for it. So it was like,
right.
you know, it was very unforgiving. But it was also like, it was extremely like visually stimulating. So it was exhausting to play. So there weren't really too many like breaks in between when you can like,
Right.
all right, here's the next way. Like in Overwatch, like you would have these like high tense moments, and then you would have moments like, all right, we can break a little bit. We'll pick off one person over here, do
Right.
that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then like choke point moments where it's like big things happening.
Right,
With
right.
Lawbreakers, it was just like always at 100%.
It really was. I remember
Always.
spawning and then just someone just like, "What up?" And I'm like, "Bro, I just
Yeah.
spawned.
So what am I supposed to do? Yeah.
What do I do? Help me, please,
Yeah.
someone." Mom, I want to go home.
Mom?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But any more rants that you want to get off your chest before we move on to the rest of the?
Since I didn't
Yeah.
say one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kessa has not said a single
Yeah,
thing.
I have not said one. So this one has been a rant that's probably been sticking with me forever. Early access games. And
Don't get me started on that shit,
devs
Daisy.
not coming with their promises, informing the community and backers of what they've done. And Ivan, I know you're definitely going to be talking about this. That game that we played, that battle royale that we played, what was it called?
so I played
Ashes of
so many-
Creation. Ashes of Creation. The stuff behind that, man, it's just, it's the main reason why I don't like doing early access games anymore, unless the devs give me a code, is just because they say all these buzzwords to get you to pour money into their project and whatnot, and then when the game starts, like, here's what we have so far, it's just like, okay, we got a buggy mess, that's fine, you know what, I'm cool with that, that's all right, it's cool. Then a year goes by and it's like, hey guys, we implemented one feature. Okay, what about these other like 50 bugs and the 20 features and the roadmap that you said the game was going to be done next month?
Yeah. As
So-
someone who was still not as their project out, I can understand to an extent, but I'm one person.
That's true. You're not a team.
I'm not a team of people, and also like, all right, so like, let's talk about it. Like Ashes of Creation. I remember Ivan was telling me that he was enjoying it.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it still
was so
available, or is it off now?
No, it's off now.
It's gone.
Listen, I really believe that this is what happens when, no matter how big you are, if you have an early access game, you cannot just feed shit to bigger streamers, bigger content creators, and have them show your game all the time because they did that. They had devs play with like CD in the third and more people, and they brought so much attention to this game to where like it was like the queue times were like seconds. Okay, but then, mind you, this game was an experiment. They used this game to get their combat for the MMO to be at a place to where it'll be fun for the MMO. So they did this out of like, you know what? Let's just
experiment.
Do it this way.
Yeah,
it
makes
was an
sense.
experiment, and like. It wasn't the cleanest, most polished BR, but it was the most different because it's like melee and magic, and it's like you're playing an MMO, but it was a freaking battle royale, and it was like, yo, this works.
Yeah.
Spells and everything, like, and it worked. I know there was another BR spell game that didn't do so well. This one was like, it was doing good.
Yeah.
And then like slowly, I just saw my queue times went from like seconds to minutes to like, god damn, I can't stream this no more. Where are the devs? Where are the devs? Oh no! And then I see a freaking notification that they put out that they're closing the servers and shit. I'm just like,
we never got to play it together. Yeah.
It was so funny. I put just little things in that game were amazing. They could have just kept and just updated, worked on the game, and they didn't have to put out any updates. They could have just finished and put out something in the end instead of just putting out failures after failures and not rolling
the
back.
game is still in development though, isn't it? Aren't they still working on it?
That's what they say.
Okay.
Oh shit.
That's what they say.
Amid the coronavirus shit, like it's a little harder.
Oh yeah, not even just the coronavirus only. Like this is actually like before this. This is a very long time. Ashes of Creation has been
in development.
Two separate things. Like they have like the dungeon aspect of the game, which is supposed to be the MMO, right?
Right.
And then they have the BR, which Ivan and I have been playing.
Yeah.
And it's the thing is like the people who are paying more for the MMO aspect, because this is what they want. This is what they pay for. This is what they were advertised since the beginning. And the developers have saying that, oh, we're working on these features, or we're going to be scratching this game from the ground up and whatnot. And I'll tell you, a game that I was burned when it comes to money was, my chat knows about this game. It's called Tug. And you can see it on Steam. And this was around the time when Minecraft was popular.
Okay.
And I wanted something new because I was like, okay, Minecraft's cool and whatnot. And then there's this other game on Kickstarter, they call it Tug. And it was supposed to be a game that's supposed to be using science and whatnot to create these, create different things in the world. I put about $250 into the Kickstarter. Biggest financial mistake I've ever made in my entire life.
Oh shit.
And let's just say that when the game actually came out, the game got scrapped 4 times.
What?
And then the devs disappeared.
What?
They disappeared and then they reemerged 2 years later with another project.
No fucking way.
Wow. That's brazy.
Bro, that's like a
crazy.
what's that called? Like a take and pull. No, it's like a
Bait
it's
and
like snatch
switch.
and steal. Yeah, like a bait and switch.
Kind of like a bait and switch. And it was just like, bro,
That's
you mean to tell me that we
insane.
poured this much money into this game, you failed at it 4 times,
I'm looking
and
at
you're
it.
working on another project that looks like garbage?
Wow. You didn't like fix your original project? Yeah.
And they
Which
fixed it. Dude,
would have
you
had
can
a
see it on
better
Steam
time.
and you can't buy it.
Wow.
I'm on Steam right now. You can't. It
can't
sucks
buy
so
it.
much because I'm like looking at the video. This is
Look at the
amazing.
VOD. Like the gameplay of the game is complete garbage. It's not what they advertised. It's not what it was supposed to be out. It was bad.
That's insane.
And we're just like, damn. And this is the main reason why I'm very skeptical when it comes to early access game, and especially if you're not giving me a working, like, how do I say this? Like a working,
Dev team
Progress.
like that just
not even that. Is it like it's just more of like
showing commitment.
showing commitment and
Yeah.
like something that is just like I can see it, like kind of like Star Citizen. I can see this. They're giving me roadmaps. They're actually working on it.
it's taking
Vocal.
forever, but they are actually
taking
doing
forever.
it.
remember.
Yeah.
But people,
I-
there's mad people still see it and still want to play the game, and they're still making money because they're vocal and they're transparent and they're working on the game.
Transparency, that's what it is. There just needs to be more transparency and like showcasing that, like,
Exactly.
hey, this is, like you said, roadmaps. This is like, we've hit this point. I want to celebrate it with all of you guys because you guys have been here from the start. And you're like, bro, I'm still dedicated to the cause, like that's what needs to come of a lot of early access games, and I couldn't agree.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I missed that game. I was watching the video and like I'm just like,
Oh, you're talking about
Moments.
Ashes of Creation?
yeah.
It
'cause,
looks
like
it looks good.
you saw the spawn area with that freaking ring and like just the visuals were amazing. And, like, I know sometimes the loading into the map was like kind of the
choppy.
frame went down and everything. Yeah, but it did clean up when you were in the game and like just how it plays. Like, yeah, it could have been better, but like where it was and like the moments that you have playing games and like, let's be honest. There's no perfect game out there.
Yeah.
So you do play for the moments you seek of, or the moments that you get with your friends.
Yeah.
So like, there were so many moments in this game playing alone to where like I was like, I'm in.
Right.
And that's all that mattered. All they had to do was just keep up with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
they're probably bringing it back. So to be fair, they're probably just putting it on ice while they
revamping it.
Yeah, while they revamp things and like change the actual combat mechanics.
Yeah.
Tweaking them.
So like Gilmer in chat just now just goes, roadmaps are good, but I feel like sometimes they can't deliver on what they are promising in the roadmap, which is 100% true.
2K. 2K has a roadmap too. 2K has a roadmap too. But guess what? I played fucking 2K20 and I couldn't even get into the fucking game.
Yikes.
Yeah. Only thing to say to that, yikes.
Damn. Like, it's more of like the roadmaps that actually give you the transparency of roadmaps, not just saying like,
also
we're doing this feature but the thing with Star Citizen's roadmap, if you look at it, they say we're adding this feature, this is what it entails to finish it, and they'll tell you their progress on it,
Transparency and roadmaps.
Audio, you dirty for that one.
Before you even say that from audio, I have one that I have one that we played that we had faith in today.
I'm done.
Well, that was a great podcast, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
You didn't have to bring that up.
We all had like those flashbacks just happen right before.
We were just
Listen, no. I feel bad for you guys because there was so many. It was like one of those moments for me where everyone was like, "Oh, this game," and I was like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" I played the beta and I was like, "This isn't what they showed us."
But it was,
and then it was like, "Oh, I can't wait to get this game and EA, I'm gonna subscribe to it." And I'm like, "Don't do it!
Don't do it! Don't go forward! Please don't stop."
I saw that shit from a mile away and I feel so bad. But the other one I was gonna say is, if you want something that's still going on now that showed the roadmap, look at Scum. I recently played Scum yesterday on stream. They fucked up.
Oh no.
They ruined the inventory system. Like, yo, you can't carry shit the same way anymore. It's like, bro, why are you making it so hard to carry items now? And you over here.
It was
bring out
already
this
hard to
roadmap.
do that.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
already
You know how like a rag took one slot?
Yeah.
Or like a knife took like 2 squares.
Yeah.
Yo, they made a simple knife take like 4 squares. So like that now you can carry less and your items could get damaged. Like your book bag can get damaged or like your shirt or whatever. And it cancels out the boxes that you have in it. So you can't carry nothing anymore. They make it so hard to play. And I'm like, why? And
so what? Am I just going to have like a rip and tear in my pocket and it's going to fall off me?
Wow. Exactly.
Oh my God.
And then now, and mind you, the skills that you bring up don't mean shit if you can't do anything. And now the roadmap shows that, oh, we're gonna have AI so you can do missions on the thing. I'm like, that's great if you could do missions, but guess what? Here's your first mission. Can I carry this rock?
My man said, "Just can I please carry this fucking?"
Can I just carry
this rock? I just want to cut my
this
clothes
right
off.
Here holds 5 slots in my pockets. Okay, this right here.
Shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, this knife was what was it? It was a chef's knife, I think it was that I found, or not even. I made a stone knife. I made a stone knife.
Man.
A stone knife out of 2 rocks. It should be at least this big. You know how much room it took in my shirt or my pants?
4 squares
in the game.
Like that big.
You know what I mean? Like 4 squares this way and like 3 squares down and shit. Like it took too much. I was like, what?
That's insane.
Yikes.
That is
I can't afford nothing no more. That's so dumb, man. And that's the thing about these games too, is when they change it and then the community voices their words about it.
And they're deaf.
And then the devs are like,
what?
They're like,
you say something from down there? Huh? Oh, we don't care. We already got your money.
You suck.
Like,
you suck.
Pretty much.
Just be like, "Sir, can I get some bread? I just want to hold my bread." And they're just like, "No."
Here's broccoli. Have that.
You can hold these nuts.
All right, just
So bad. They need to stop. If they want to do the roadmap and they want to be transparent, I think you should have your roadmaps be something not long-term goals, short-term goals. Stop with the whole like,
yes,
hey, this is what we want over here, and like you're gonna expect it to be delayed by a couple years just because they're asking for too much.
Right.
Let's start small. Every month, let's just start so small.
Yeah, I feel that.
Let's fix bugs for this and not add anything to it just in case it breaks. Let's stop with the updates, which I call downgrades. Every time I go to check out an update, I say, will it be an update or will it be a downgrade? Because overall, 90% of updates now are downgrades, no matter what game, AAA titles
something.
or not.
Yeah.
Call of Duty breaks something every update. I
they
couldn't play
do.
for a whole 3 months. Casey couldn't play for a whole 6 months. Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's no cap. That's actually true.
Yeah, he couldn't stream it. He literally couldn't stream it.
Let's do small updates, transparency. Like, hey, this month we're gonna focus on
goddamn
an inventory
shaders.
system.
I was gonna say, yo, Gilbert brings up a
Fucking shaders.
Oh, God, imagine.
It drives me crazy
100% of your shaders are ready. I'm like, okay, can you install it?
the issue that I have with that more so than anything is that they specified publicly that after an update that was in December, we were no longer going to have to install shaders. And literally every week that I play the game, there is a new shader I have to install. Why? I play the game regularly. I play it all the fucking time.
Let's talk about when you update the game and next thing you know you have to fucking install the whole game all over again.
Oh my God.
Okay, Ivan told me that when we were going to play together that night, and he said, you're going to have to probably reinstall your game. I was like,
as he's downloading the update and we were about to play, I messaged him. I was like, oh, by the way, you might have to reinstall your whole game because it happened to me. So just no worries. And I was like, on him as he's updating. I saw him on stream. He was like, Evan just said that I might have to like read. I hope that don't happen.
Luckily it didn't. So
Yeah.
okay. But like the thing I don't like about it either is like, why are we downloading these updates, right? And then we hit play thinking like, all right, I'm ready to get in the game. And then the first thing you are greeted by is you must restart to update your game.
You're like, don't do this to me. I just got this all set up.
But-
You know, you're like, oh.
But an update is supposed to add on that, so I should just play. But Infinity Ward's like, no.
No,
That
you
would
shouldn't.
not
how that works.
Queso, that would make sense.
You're making
I
too
keep
much
forgetting.
sense, my friend.
Stop
Come on.
Stop making
Rare
sense,
sense.
man.
Rare
Super
sense.
Rare
Steve
sense.
at least
Hashtag
negative
rare
rock.
sense.
Like, what do you
Rare
mean?
sense, man. Rare sense.
real,
Oh
dude.
my god.
It's just like little tweaks and
Yeah.
that should just be the common norm in 2020. It's 2020. We've
It
survived
is.
some shit. We've been through some bold shit.
We've been through
We are
some
literally
things.
surviving.
Now we survive. But yeah, but like think like things that like you'd be like, damn, in 2015, 2014, like I can't wait for like, you know, when technology is advanced and software is advanced, we'll be able to not have to restart, you know, a game in order to play. And you're like, yeah, all right, 5 years. Wait, watch,
Watch.
watch this.
Oh, how about the biggest like the biggest drop for me that's always good to go back to realize how complicated things have gotten when it really shouldn't be with technology. Remember when you put a disc in a console
You didn't have to do an
and it
update.
played? Yeah, you didn't have to install it, and mind you installed the whole game on your console. So now you would think, oh, I don't need the disc anymore because it downloaded into it. Guess what? You can't play without the disc. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
preach, man.
I get that they do have a point, but like at the same time, think about it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make our lives easier, but it just ends up fucking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's they want us to push towards digital, but then they don't give us any incentive other than you don't have to put the disc in.
Thank you,
to do
Nintendo,
digital.
for
Like
making cartridges.
there's no sales
Yo,
on
for
things.
real,
It's not.
shout
It
out to
doesn't
Nintendo
cost
on
less. It doesn't even cost like $5. If it costs like $5 less to get digital, all that's doing for them, they don't have to print anything. They don't have to market anything to any of the stores when they do it digital. They don't even have to wait. Like it's all just a digital zeros and ones essentially going into the servers. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, you should get, if you really want people to go digital. I know
Go
Steam
digital.
does this, so and like other platforms on PC specifically do this, but like for consoles, they don't do shit. Like Nintendo, oh my god, they don't do shit for that. at least the difference between Nintendo is that like you actually just play the game off the cartridge, but still,
That's
like,
why, yes.
if you download the game, like you don't get any type of discount at all. If anything, like Smash Bros is still $60. Mario Odyssey is still $60. Like all their
Isn't Breath of the Wild still
Sales?
$60 sales. Nintendo
sales crazy.
Did you guys?
I bought
did you guys
Splatoon
see
last
that?
year, and that thing was still $60. Like, what do you mean?
Bro, what?
crazy.
Did you guys see that Microsoft is putting their games on Steam?
Oh, you
Like
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yes, they are.
So like, if
Yep.
you look at it, Sea of Thieves is gonna be on Steam. State of Decay is now on Steam. Other games that are on Microsoft are gonna be on Steam. So it's like, what the fuck was the point? And at the same time, it's like
Right.
it's about damn time because your
It is.
Xbox app sucks ass.
Garbage. I'm sorry. I know we
Your
did like a sponsor
connectivity
segment.
online?
I'm gonna end this tracking now. We did a sponsor segment for Xbox, and like they've been doing amazing things with the Game Pass, but their interface for PC, fucking garbage. Like there's
Like,
two different
listen.
apps, and like I tried to do a party with different people for the Xbox
Right,
app, and then
yeah.
like I kept clicking it and it didn't do anything, and the person said they never got either invites or I never joined the party. It's just like, why is this so complicated?
State of Decay. If you get too far, you disconnect.
What?
Xbox turn off.
Yeah, me and Ivan kept disconnecting when we were playing, trying
Yes.
to finish my game.
Because like
Ivan, you
when-
disconnected like 5 times, right? Like 5 times.
More.
More?
It's
Yeah.
I figured it out. It's like when
Killer
the person
Instinct on
who's
Steam?
hosting the
Wow.
game goes too far and like the game is loading the area that you're in.
Yeah.
It's loading 2 different times and it ends up like messing up and kicks the other person out who was in your game. So that person has to keep rejoining nonstop.
Right.
That's what's going on. It didn't happen before this Juggernaut update. I swear to God. You guys remember, Kesa, you remember playing State of Decay when it first came out. You didn't have to do all that nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it's a new thing and it's like you would think they would do something about it.
Yeah.
And then like there's so much issues going on with Xbox app in general and how they're doing things. Now they're putting everything on Steam. It's like, well, what about the Game Pass stuff?
What about the Game
Yeah,
Pass stuff? Yeah.
that's true.
Because like if you're charging $5 for PC Game Pass, now you're sending us to go to Steam to get a game that's $60.
No, I mean,
But it's
they're giving you the
$5 over
option.
here.
They're giving you the option. So that's probably why they're like, you can still go to Steam if you want, but it's going to be better to do on the Xbox because we
So,
have the Game
okay,
Pass, and so like that
Right,
makes
right.
sense
But
to be honest.
the price is only better, but the connections,
Of course
it don't
not.
matter. You're spending
I would
either
rather pay
$60
the $5,
to-
$10, whatever, to get a better connection, to get a better game experience,
Yeah,
a better
exactly,
experience, with my
Exactly.
friends, than just be like, I saved $5 whole, but I've been waiting for like an hour.
Yeah. Love it.
I feel like some things are going backwards.
I feel.
Yeah,
One quick thing
for
that I do
sure.
want to ask: has anyone been playing the new Animal Crossing game? Because I feel like that's the thing that's holding society together. Bro, I feel like one good thing that came out of like a lot of it is like Animal Crossing hit when it needed to hit, because
That's
I know
fair.
some of my friends were like, I don't play it, but
I
no
don't
hate
either.
on it.
Yeah.
I no hate on it because I swear to God, I love so many of my friends that are just like, without this game, I'd probably be going nuts. And I'm like, oh my lord. But after like the first week, it was so wholesome. Shout out to all my friends that are playing it. It's always nice to see like my feed just being a little bit more positivity. But then after that week though,
After that week.
I'm glad
I'm glad you're more positive about that than me.
Oh my, bro, it went from being like, oh my god, this is great, I caught a fish, I'm like, oh wow, they're awesome, to like, why is the sea bass so big and why does it only give me 1 point? I'm like, what? And then people just be like, fuck this rabbit that came out. I'm like, bro, what is going on? I'm like, y'all turned on it from 1 week to the other. What? Just shit.
You're time traveling? How freaking dare you?
Oh my god.
But yeah, the one of the other things that we want to talk about for the podcast as well. People in chat are actually mentioning it now, so this is a good time to touch on it.
Time
Is
travelers are evil.
The Last of Us 2 being delayed indefinitely?
Woo, buddy.
So
Wait, I'll pull up my tweet. I'll pull up my tweet.
do it
You
now.
gotta tweet for that.
'Cause that's gonna be my response.
So my thing about it is, I know there are going to be people, regardless of the fact, that are going to be upset about it.
Right.
It is what it is. We're in a global crisis pandemic right now, so
Right.
between that and the fact that I personally don't like when games ship in completely broken states, and
I mean, who does?
exactly. And Naughty Dog, for example, like they've had some issues, I'll say, with with personnel in terms of like the crunch that they've been kind of subjecting people to. There's been like reports of the crunch being really intense with Naughty Dog, and the caliber of what they put out as a result of the work that they do like shows that they care deeply about their content and about what they do. So for me, it makes the most sense for them to delay as long as they need to ensure that this art piece is going to be as strong as possible, but B, that they do something to alleviate not only the pressure, because they have all this pressure mounting on them to make games that are like beyond AAA, right? And they have all this pressure to overwork their employees. Like the only way that's ever going to improve is if they ease up on some of that. So
those I agree with you there, because like I have a lot of friends that are working in like and stuff like that. Dude, sometimes they don't sleep for like days just trying to get one thing done, and it's bro, for the human aspect of me, like it goes human, you know, like the human aspect, and then it goes the gaming experience for me. It's always going to beat out the gaming experience, because I'd rather not have, you know, like developers working 100+ hours weeks, even though it does happen on a game that's going to be great regardless. But yo, like if you got to extend it 6 more months, I mean, it's going to suck. Rip off the band-aid and we're going to be mad. But then we're going to be like, you know what? It's saving a lot of people mental health. A lot of people's mental health in the gaming industry is at an all-time. It is so
poor.
Bad. It's very poor. So please respect your employees. Like that whole break, that whole, you know, like delaying it is so much better for them, because they're going to be like, I don't have to work a 100-hour week anymore. I can do like my 40, 45, whatever. But it's like it's respect for the team that's bringing this to light. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the main reason people are actually like, okay, not, let's just say the vocal people on the internet are very they're more upset about the indefinitely, not as being delayed, it's just the indefinitely, because we don't know when it's coming.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with what's that, Dying Light 2, also delayed indefinitely, but we don't know when it's coming. And that's the thing, that's like, people are like, we've been waiting for this game, it's supposed to come out. Like people are fine when Cyberpunk, which is going to be the biggest game this year.
I know.
Like to say, because they know when it's coming. Yeah, but we know when it's coming.
That's the thing, though. Like they knew that delay was happening before all this stuff was happening, so they may end up delaying the game again. But the thing is, like what you do by setting a date for each delay is you set an expectation. And I understand why they didn't put a date for it, because like we don't know when this coronavirus situation is going to go away. We have no idea. We can say May, but like it could get worse next month.
Correct. That's why you're like, you don't want to put on a date, because that date, and then people are going to be fixated on that date like crap.
Exactly. But these are all these people right now. That's what they're so angry about. It's just like they want a date. But you're not getting that date. Think about the team. Think about what's going on. Think about yourself. Think about your own family.
Right.
Like,
Bingo. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Like, think about all these things.
Dying Light 2 coming out, you know?
But like, for real, is this more of just like, think about, remember, these are human beings making these video games. And just like Yoru said, all this stuff is coming through. They don't have to work these crazy hours. And mind you, all these companies are setting them up to work from home, so they can, because usually you're in an office next to your team, easy access. Now they have to work from home with possibly like limited access now. More of saying, when I'm saying limited, it's more of like, I've been working from home for the past month or so, and getting emails sent and messages to your coworkers is probably the hardest thing in the world, because sometimes they might be out, they could be doing things for their family, they could be in a meeting, instead of me actually going across the hall and saying, hey, I need this done.
Right.
So people have to be mindful. There are many different factors that's going on right now, and don't be aggravated with the indefinitely, and possibly you're going to get an even better game that you thought you were going to get before this time.
Exactly.
There's also another problem going on that they're dealing with, because I also think it has to do, they're trying to hide it. They're trying their best to protect themselves as well, because as this thing came out, I don't know if you guys know, but someone has a copy of the game that isn't an employee.
Yeah, you told me that
they're leaking the game out. There's a couple videos of the game that they're putting out. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen it because it was posted and it was just there. and people were spreading awareness to get it taken down. So
Yeah.
like I helped, I reported.
Yeah.
But like someone has a copy of the game and they're kind of fucking ruining it for Naughty Dog. So they kind of going through that too. So I also think that them having no date set is also like they're trying to protect themselves even more now.
Yeah.
Because someone already has the game and like
Must
with all
get
the
up for
crunch
everyone.
time, who knows?
Wow.
How do they even get it, man?
Bro, that's
that's wild.
next level shit. Also, like Xbox source code being on ransom too. Like,
What?
What?
yeah, that was big. Yeah, it's like $100 million someone wants for it. Some ridiculous shit like that. They used from what I understand. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like, they used an old computer terminal that had access to the to whatever security they needed to bypass, and then went from there and took the code. Let me get it real
The
quick.
Series X is on ransom for 100 mil? What?
That's
Source
what up
code
with people doing these things, man.
Like they're gonna get that shit.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Like source code for 100 mil. Yeah, Xbox is definitely got to give you that money.
You're about to get sued. That's what you about to get.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
like
that's what I'm telling. Oh, here I'm gonna drop chat.
That is insane.
But like, that's people are cray. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, like, there's AMD reported it too, and yeah, so it's like
Heard,
this
yeah.
is confirmed. This is not. It's from the What was it?
Wait. Also, since you just mentioned that, it's funny. It's funny that you do mention that about basically them being hacked, right? I just got an alert. Not that I mean you should always deal with this, but like everyone change your password for Microsoft, please.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And you just said if they got access to people's stores, remember we're all if you bought stuff from Microsoft, your stuff is connected through there. Everyone should be changing their passwords. I have to do it now because I just got an alert from unusual activity. It didn't get through.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's on my emails. But like, yeah, I didn't know that. So like, I just changed my password.
Well, also the Spotify had something. Had a person had like a leak or something like that, because there's a lot of Reddit posts that are like, hey, is anyone else is like getting unusual activity from like another country? Like, people are bored and crazy at home with the internet. Like,
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm not gonna point any fingers at any nation.
Tony Fury gaming. Yes, literally what I was just thinking. People hacking in quarantine because they have nothing to do.
Well, it's beyond that. It's beyond that. Where people are vulnerable right now, and so
They are.
that's why you're probably going to be seeing a lot more hacking attempts. Like even on N4G, I don't know if anyone looks at N4G often or not, but like even your DMs are just going to get a bunch of phishing attempts now because there's just all these people from whatever nation that they're from, seeing that the world is in a vulnerable state and they can capitalize on people. I even got an email from somebody from some foreignly translated thing about jobs. Like, people are looking for jobs right now because the workforce is struggling really hard in the States, and they're just like, oh, we saw your resume from what you applied to, blah blah blah, and it's like, I didn't apply to that shit.
Yeah, just cybersecurity
seriously.
is huge, guys. Remember to change your passwords, like maybe 3 months.
Make your passwords for a lot of different things different, and like
I have 5.
I have
Since I got
a lot
ever
more
since
than
I got
that.
hacked live playing CS:GO on Twitch. I have 5 passwords. And this is the main reason why I would never play CS:GO ever again.
That 100%. Wow, holy shit!
Yeah. And another resource that anybody should definitely sign up is go to haveibeenpwned.com. You can put in your email address and you can find any type of website that has been reported and their site has been breached, and just find your passwords or anything. So be sure to use that. And I've been using it. I always get alerts and stuff like that because they say like, oh, we found your email in this breach. So they'll have those passwords and whatnot. So change those passwords on those websites and just be
enable
very
two-factor.
careful.
Yeah, enable
You have the
two-factor
option.
authentication.
But be
Two-factor
careful.
authentication saves
But
your
be
life.
careful. It doesn't always work sometimes. Just be careful. Keep up with it.
Yes,
Make
that's
all
the
your
thing. I think
notifications on.
Yeah.
maintenance, people. Maintenance.
And here's the thing too. Like this services that encrypt data that are password vaults. So like Google, for example, I who knows if it could happen to them, but Google has a really strong infrastructure and system that is encrypted. So if you have like your password vault on Google, you can always have access. Just literally use Google and make all of your passwords random, all of them random. because
then you could just autofill,
autofill, and like the thing is, you can always check them if you go into your settings and check your passwords and see what they are. And like to get into a Google account, like it will, you need it. Have two-factor authentication on, have the authenticator app as well, and make your password just not something that can be easily replicated or known. And then you'll have a really strong, I'm not a cybersecurity analyst, so like I can't say for sure like what their encryption method, how strong it is compared to like other applications that do the same thing. But I've had a lot more success doing that than having any similar passwords for basically anything.
Huge. Just gotta make sure that you keep up with it too. A lot of us, I know myself included, sometimes I get really lazy. So like, I mean, it happens to a lot of people, and that's okay. But like, just a couple times, just check, just make sure 2 factors. Things are turned on. It's working. Go test it. You know what I mean? People with iPhone, just make sure that your stuff is protected too. The best thing that I can say is just literally keep storage of it. You know what I mean?
But, yeah,
just we're living in crazy times, and it's gonna get crazier.
These are facts. So I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, so we'll talk about we'll quickly brush over COD season 3 starting April 7th. So for those of y'all who are wondering about when the next season for COD starts, we play a lot of COD on this stream as well as with these people. We're gonna be playing more with Chris as well. COD season 3 starts April. I feel like it's going so quickly,
bro.
Like we're already on season 3.
Yep,
bro.
Already?
I mean, it's kind of better than Fortnite going through like seasons really slow.
For what?
At the same time, it's Call of Duty needs to like improve with the seasons and not just say, hey, it's new season. How about
addressing some of the issues before you worry about another season. I feel like another 15 or 30 days per season so that they can just spend time like fixing shit would be a lot better.
Don't be Apex Legends.
I mean, they tried.
Their updates are mad slow,
and they had another game they were developing,
and their updates are mad slow.
These are all true. These are all very true.
Fuck this.
Too slow.
Yeah.
It's turtle space.
Case of going for the throat, legit.
I am being truthful when it comes to this, and that's the reason why when people come to me when it comes to video games, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If Apex wanted to stay on top of Fortnite, all they had to do.
I'm glad you heard that.
Oh my god.
Hey, you heard me. Hey, what's up? Like for real, they had to literally just. They didn't have to be like Fortnite, where they had to put an update out every week. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's too much.
They could have done it like every 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Right.
Little bug fixes here and there. Like let's say, oh guys, we fixed this bug. We're doing a little small update just to fix this bug. There you go. That's done. Not I have to wait until the season's over.
Yeah.
To get these things fixed and whatnot.
Literally.
Well, okay, whatever. But
You're like, it happens. Yeah. But I mean, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It's like.
They're facts.
And this is why Fortnite's running out of ideas and whatnot because they update stuff every week. Yep, they're just putting stuff up every day.
Deadpool in it. Why not?
Yeah, like, dude,
wow.
like when Chapter 2 Season 1 came out, I looked in the shop every day. There was no new dances, skins. That wasn't in the Battle Pass. There were no new dances and skins.
Handful of skins.
Handful, maybe.
Handful.
And then I was just like, wait.
You know how many new dances came out on TikTok?
Do I want to
like
know?
they could have done. They could have done.
I mean,
anything,
now it's
like their emotes
infinite.
they were running out. They really were.
Ideas. It's just like what kept you fresh. It's like you kept pumping stuff out every week and every day, and now look at you. You're out of ideas.
Now look at you. What do you got? What do you got?
What do you got? In your next chapter starting, like what? In a few days or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh my god.
Speaking of what are you gonna do? Valorant.
Valerie.
I like you, Valerie.
She looks good. She looks real good.
She looks sexy. Valerie looks sexy.
So I'm a little on the fence about how much I'm into it. Mostly because, like you mentioned before, it is very much CS:GO. It's a CS:GO clone. But it's like we've been playing. I'll say it again. We've been playing COD a lot, and that game is much faster than anything that you get with CS:GO. And not to say that it's better or worse in any way. It's just a faster pace. Even Rainbow Six Siege, like the way your movement itself is just much quicker than it is in what we're seeing in Valorant or in CS:GO in general. So,
am I gonna be the guy that says it looks rough? I'm sorry.
You might.
It's hella rough.
You might be okay. Let's talk about it.
I'm
definitely
man,
hella
when I
rough.
saw that and I was like, here we go. Here's this. Yo, this looks like what they initially announced, and I'm just like, I was looking at it and I was just like, man, the concept is awesome. What I'm seeing, I'm like, man, this is oof.
The one thing I'm relying on is like the abilities and stuff and like the different visual, because I'm telling you, when I hate CS:GO, I CS:GO and MOBAs.
Yeah.
Well, let me mention again. I'm about to German suplex my monitor and like whoever's near me. Like I really don't give a fuck about
run!
But
What are you doing?
I'm relying on like the abilities, but also some of the guns that I saw on there look like they're kind of cool. Like I have to feel the guns. Like if I just feel how the normal game is and not like the flashy stuff about it, I think I might like it a little more. But so far, like I only want to try it out because I want to see the little differences to CS:GO.
Right.
Because like I don't want to be a hypocrite, because when it comes to BR games, which I love, no one can do it right. But I'm gonna play every single one until I figure out one that does. Before I hate on something, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
Thank
Or
you.
admit that, like Dark Souls games, I tried it once. It's not for me, and I salute anyone who plays it because you're a different type of breed of gamer. Not for me. Not for me. I'm playing a game right now that I spent $60 on. It's like Dark Souls. I suck ass.
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because like I've been playing that game and it's phenomenal. It's poetry in motion. It's gorgeous. It is
Poetry, yes. Emotion, not in my ocean. But listen, I'm trying. I'm really trying. And that's the thing. Like I gotta try all these things to see what works, what doesn't, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I hate CS:GO. This one's a CS:GO clone, but it might have something.
yeah,
It might have
for
something
sure.
But it's different. It's like,
It is.
they have these
Exactly.
characters with abilities. It's not just one player.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person when another BR game comes out. Oh, BR game. That's all they come out. Blah, 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 blah. Don't knock it till you try it. And second of all, like no one has perfected anything yet. So like this one could be it.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I love
Like
that.
just
I love that.
try different shit. There's and mind you, more options. Hey, guess what? That means this one could be for you. This one could be for you. You don't have to like the same fucking game. All right.
Right.
Just
exactly.
I don't want to be a hypocrite because I will defend like BR games and different genre games because like we can go all day about how like BR games this that. What about survival games? Before BR games, survival games were the thing that everyone wanted to copy.
Yeah. I'm glad that people
I don't
stopped.
like survival games.
Everyone wanted
Yeah.
the fucking DayZ. Everyone wanted this. Like,
I'm glad
it's
that kind of
annoying.
stopped.
Like-
Yeah.
Because survival
It's
games,
annoying.
because they're all
but,
felt the
like-
same to me.
Yes.
And I did
100%.
what you did. And I did what you did, Ivan. I played them. I
Yeah.
played
Yes.
Ark. I played Atlas. I played DayZ. I played so many survival games. I'm just like,
These are all the same. Yeah.
They didn't do it for you, but you played them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like back to the Dark Souls thing. I'm ass at Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and all that. I get stomped, and I'm like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like I mean, like
Yes.
lightsabers upon lightsabers. Will you know this?
Yes.
Fallen Order,
Same.
right?
Same.
Fallen
Yeah.
Order.
I still have to play that.
And
I
you loved
haven't
it,
played
didn't
it
you?
yet.
I forced myself to be like, okay, it's gonna be a bad time if I don't understand because I'm not gonna go on the easiest setting because while I do want to experience the story, I want to also kind of like at least try what the developers were going for on either normal or Jedi Master. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do Jedi Master. Let's see with this trial by fire. I didn't give up on it immediately because it was something that I liked. It was the lore. It was the allure of Star Wars, of being one of the few Padawans that survived Order 66. You just want to encapsulate yourself in that, and I think that's what you guys bring up very, very well is that the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, it wasn't for me. Fallen Order though, I'll play another fucking Star Wars Souls game. Hell yeah, I'll go through the trials.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I kind of want to go and play another Souls style game. So
You might like it now.
downloaded.
Yeah.
Give it another shot.
I downloaded
Bloodborne.
Code Vein. Sorry. Code Vein.
Anime Dark Souls.
So I'm a huge anime nerd. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That reminds me, we need to finish our playthrough, Oni.
I know. We've been playing on
I
PC.
liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it so much. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, my friend Jimmy was just like, hey man, we were creating cosplays for it. And I was like, all right, I'm down to try it because it'd be in order. Let's go. I played it. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is really good. It's hard, but I like it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Giggity.
I appreciate that you that you Kessa just went through like 7 survival horror survival.
A lot of
games.
them. A
Yeah.
lot of them, man. I
And
played
you were
them
like,
all.
Not for you. I
Not
love
for
that
me.
because you just don't spew that negativity and be like, yo, this BR is ass. I'm like, oh, did you try it? What do you not like about it? Oh no, it's just like another BR. I'm like,
And
But
that's
did
and
you
see,
try it?
And the thing is, there's so many people that cut. Like, oh, let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead. Because you're
like,
probably gonna hit the same thing.
bro. Because when it comes to like when people always like saying like, oh, they don't like a game and whatnot, and everybody knows I'm a big Persona fan.
Mm-hmm.
So people came into my stream when we weren't allowed to stream it and whatnot, and people would come into it and say like, man, you'd like this kind of game? I don't like this game. This game sucks. I'm like,
Did you play it?
did you play it? They're like, no, but then why are you saying this? Or they'll say like, oh, I played Persona 5, but I didn't like it. And the next question I ask them is that, did you get past the first the 2-hour tutorial? They're like, no, I only went through the first hour. Then you didn't play the game.
you didn't play the game. You did not play the game. You
You
didn't
didn't play the game.
And it's okay. It's okay to distinguish between like if a certain like genre is for you or isn't for you. Like
Yes,
if you
and
know
that's
you
the
don't
thing,
like
too.
certain genres, then like that's one
Right.
thing or
Yes.
another. But if
And,
you
like,
say
and
a
that's-
game
and
is
that's another
ass,
question.
and you don't even know like
Yeah,
what the game
and that's
is.
another question I
Yeah.
asked them too.
That's what I was gonna hit. If
Yeah.
you don't like something, I'm going to question. It's not that I want to be right. I just want to hear your opinion because I believe there is a stupid ass opinion. There is such thing as a stupid ass opinion.
There is.
Okay.
No, there really
I
is.
strongly, just like there
not
could be
wrong.
stupid ass questions. I'm sorry, but like sometimes you have to think before you speak. And like when
Yeah.
I used to debate on stuff. Like even in school, we had a literature of sports thing, and so I'm good with debating. And I can bring up stuff to you, but like in simplest forms, it's like, hey, why don't you like this game? If you tell me I don't know, I'm mentally slapping you in the face because you need to describe what you don't like, because that feeling that you get from this game, you can first of all you can learn how to like get past something if it's a mission you couldn't beat, or if there's a reason to it. If it's just, and mind you, if you say I just don't like it, it's not for me, that's a reason. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's
really
not wrong. But if
Yeah.
you say like, oh, I couldn't beat this part, it fucking sucks, or this and that, I'm like, well, look in the mirror, bro. You got some things to work on.
Yeah.
But that's
really
exactly what it comes
Like-
down to. Yeah.
Like that's not the overall of the game. Like this one section is not the overall of the game. So like,
Like the
What's
games
up?
I don't like, I have reasons for, and some of those reasons may be like it's just not for me, but other reasons it's like a strong valid point to myself, and I will debate about it because it, like
Right.
again, you're not forcing an opinion down, you're just trying to hear all sides so that way
Right.
you know.
You can form an
There's games I
educated
like.
opinion
Right.
about something or understanding of it.
Rare sense though.
Rare-
Rare sense.
rare sense, rare sense. I'm mad. This is
That's
actually
the
a
new
Here's
thing
the
that's
thing.
taken off.
This is the thing.
This is actually taken off. Oh my
Yeah, we're
god.
just like, holy shit, this
But
is
yeah, like
Hashtag rare sense.
yeah,
So
I-
good.
yeah, so I already know people are gonna go into thinking like Valorant is gonna be straight up a CS:GO clone, which in a sense it is, but it's bringing something new that CS:GO hasn't done.
Right. For sure.
Like they're taking a little bit of Overwatch and a little bit of Paladins and putting it with CS:GO, with the high skill and how fast you can die in this kind of game. And I like the way that they're marketing this game is
Right.
they're using the power of streamers and Twitch to market this game and to give people access to this game. So you have to watch. I watched Tim the Tatman and Dr. Lupo for 5 hours the other day trying to get a damn key. So
I didn't care too much about it that much. It just so happened that a streamer that I consistently watch is playing it. So now I could just link my account, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. It doesn't matter. I was gonna watch him anyway. So I was like watching.
Right.
Mind you, I didn't get it. I'm not
I love
pissed
drops.
about it. Yeah, like I just whatever. I watched
Great.
it and I experienced it. That's my face. Yep,
yeah.
that's my face.
Yeah. Watch the
Hey, look at
clip.
his face.
Ivan, what you doing? What you doing?
Okay, you're doing pretty good there. Look at you, dodging,
that.
Look at his
moving and
face.
grooving like, hey.
Bro.
He's just like,
Nah.
bro, what are you doing? What
Nah.
are you doing? You garbage.
No, but let me explain.
Bro.
Let me explain that clip, because if you like hear it with sound, you understand. Like, I just started the game. I just spent like 2 hours creating my character, working on a
Absolutely.
butt-chin, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
Look at this.
so like I'm there, and that's
dead.
that. Listen, I don't want to spoil anything, but this is like the first fucking level you go on.
Yeah, it is.
And there's this big dude, like a boss battle. It's like, yo, I just learned the controls.
He fucks you up. He fucks you.
And then Gilmer's trying to tell me you gotta skip him, but I'm like, why would they put him here if you have to skip him?
You
Like,
wanna know
it doesn't
why?
make any
You
sense.
wanna know why, though?
But,
You wanna
but
know
then
why?
he was like, it's a Souls game.
you,
I wanna
Ivan.
fuck with you. So it's like, no, but nah, hold on. If you're gonna clip that, I hope someone clipped the part where I kicked the other guy's ass. Cause like I learned and I got it, and like, you know, like it took me, but like shit, fuck.
Yeah.
Took me 40 tries, but you know what? I got it.
I had to hold in anger because listen, I'm a very vocal person when I play. I rage game. I do this. I do that. I'm you know how hard it is to hold back playing this shit?
Oh, I get it. Listen, I've been playing Nioh 1, and I've been playing Nioh 2. So listen, Sekiro. If you played Sekiro, it's
I love that game, but
it's
fuck
an
that bad boy.
amazing,
Screw that
it's an
game.
amazing game. But it is.
True Lady Butterfly.
Oh,
Her too.
Yeah.
I'll never
hurts.
forget it. I almost beat her in one try, and then she noticed this stupid damn butterfly decided to go through the pillar, but the rest of them didn't want to, and I died. You know what? Screw you! Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get that out.
I'm new to this, and like I'm gonna push through this because I just spent $60 on it. But like,
Hell yeah, man.
and it's multiplayer too. So listen, if you try to play it together, I know a guy.
holy shit.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I gotta
Like,
get my
it's like,
copy.
just going in it, playing it, it's really good because you can try this out and you can be like, you know what, like 2 hours making the cleft, the cleft chin, perfect. And then you go in and you work it, and then okay, fine, screw the first boss. You skip past it, you beat the other guy's ass though. Like I can't even get past the Bloodborne boss. I'm like, I don't know what I do wrong, but
I tried that one too. Hold on.
I'm bad, bro. I'm bad. There's just no coming out with it. There you go.
Bloodborne. God, that game.
I tried this one with Stella, and she was trying to help me with this game, and she was like, "Oh, this one, believe it or not, is kind of like an easier Souls game." And like,
Who lied to you?
Who lied to you?
I died like a handful of times already, and I just started. I'm like, easier?
Well, to be fair, there are things that are easier about it. One, you
I
can
bet,
get
but
your
I'm
health
new,
back.
so I don't know.
There's ways to get your health back a lot easier in that game versus in the Dark Souls game. So I played all. I played. Yeah.
I like.
So like you can. So when you're fighting and you get hit, you have an opportunity to counter a hit to get some health back. In Souls games, you actually just cannot do that at all. So that's one aspect of it that is easier. The thing that's harder is that there's no blocking in the game. So
Oh. Yeah.
in Dark Souls you can block, and Bloodborne.
Yeah, I
you
put over
cannot.
like 2,000
Souls
hours in Dark
games,
Souls. So.
not for me. I don't hate it. Mind you,
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I love watching people play it because like it's a skill that I can never have. It's like
Right,
this is
right.
my sport that I can be amped up for. I'm like just
Right.
he's playing this game because like first of all it's funny, the reactions, but it also like it takes skill, and I
Yeah.
admire that.
Yeah, I love Souls games.
Playing it,
I love
I
Souls games.
know I'm not. I hate losing in a way. Like
Yeah,
I do.
you're
I know I do,
competitive.
but, like,
We're all competitive
like-
here actually.
this is something that I will probably not master because I know I don't want to. Like, no, I want to play it and experience the story, but like when I'm done, I'm done.
This man got put in the shelf and said like, goodbye.
That's
There
it.
you go.
That's
Never to
it.
see you again. I thought it
Goodbye.
was gonna be the same way with Fallen Order. I'm already on I'm at the end of my second playthrough. Like,
Nice.
Ooh.
it's one of my favorite Star Wars stories.
I can't
Like,
wait to play
I've
it.
read Legends,
It's really
I've-
good.
Oh, the continuity is just, if you like lore-rich stuff and just like what if scenarios, and Respawn as a company, as a developer, I
Respawn,
can't-
they did
I-
good work.
I know somebody who works at Respawn who does the audio, and they are a big Star Wars fan. So seeing
You can
them,
tell. You can definitely tell the love in
Yes.
this game. Oh my god.
yes. So like when they, I might have known they were working on the Star Wars game for a long time, but like when I got to finally see it, I'm like, yo, this was awesome. Like, cause I'm one of those people who like I don't have to play a game to experience it. I watch them like a movie. So like I go on YouTube and I watch the whole thing, and I will like just how I listen to a podcast for hours. I can watch a whole gameplay through for hours, and like that was amazing.
That's
Right.
awesome. I love
So like
that.
I saw the Fallen Order, and then just everything that I know about the people making it to Star Wars, because I'm a nerd with that too. Like, holy shit, that was good.
But can we at least say that Respawn should probably bring back that Boba Fett game that was supposed to come out?
Ooh.
Bro, that and what was it? The other one, the underground one was that released some information like 1313, I think it was.
That's the one I meant. That was supposed to be like a Boba Fett kind of game.
Yeah.
It was like a bounty hunter-esque kind of game, and I'm like, you're trudging through the underworld. I'm like, yo, this is the shit. And then they're like, psych. No. You know what game we need to bring back that's Star Wars related? The fucking Darth Maul game that got killed. Like, it had a lot.
I didn't hear about that.
You sure? I thought I talked about it on the podcast only one time.
Maybe you did, and I got bad memory. I don't know.
My heart.
Memory.
I love Darth
yeah, there's
Maul.
actually footage of the game, and it was rough, but it could have been something great. It pretty much could have been like if they literally took the assets and put it on the Fallen Order engine, it would have been great.
Yeah. Oh.
It just sucks sometimes because like me personally, there is so many like good story driven games that I wish kind of had multiplayer. Because you know what? This is actually a good segue for the next one. But like a Resident Evil, I miss experiencing the story with somebody because there are characters. Look at the remakes. The remakes have literally characters that intertwine with each other.
Correct.
So like that's a good co-op experience right there. Even if you're on different paths, you both try to survive and meet up again. And like Resident Evil 6 being my favorite one. It was an all-star cast, but it was a big multiplayer thing because you had two people co-oping one part. Then when you intertwine with two other people, now you have a 4-player co-op game. Then you have a 5th player who's playing as one of the special zombies, which most people don't know that's a part in Resident Evil 6. And like it was just like a holy shit, and you're still going with the story. It's amazing.
You know what a game that actually did kind of a co-op thing, but it wasn't co-op at the same time? Devil May Cry 5. So for people who don't know,
Yep.
You didn't know. You didn't know that? So in Devil May Cry 5, for people who don't know, there's actually co-op missions in the game.
Wow.
So
Network players 2 to 3.
Yep. So you can
Miles,
literally
you know
play a game as Nioh at one point, and somebody else can be playing V on the other side. You literally there's a mission. There's literally a mission where you start in a tunnel where Neo's on one side and V's on the other, and there's 2 players playing at the same time. So you're doing your thing as Nioh on one side, and then V's doing something on the other side. And then next you know, your paths will separate, but then you'll see yourself up top here on top of a building as Nioh fighting and whatnot. You look down on the other side in the back. Who do you see? The person you were playing with in the tunnel, still going.
And at the end, you could give them like kudos and stuff like that because like you'll be like, yo, they just went triple S on like a boss and took no damage, and you're like,
that's amazing. That's something I like. I want more to have. Like yes,
stuff like that. Like, and the thing is, I think it's harder with Resident Evil with nowadays because you know Capcom wants to bring the horror back. And I would say that horror gets cut in half when you're with somebody.
Absolutely.
isolation.
Yes,
and isolation.
Yes.
But I think, no. It depends on like how they do it.
Because Resident Evil. Now, thing is, that's the thing. How I think what it should be like is you're thinking where you're by yourself in an area and whatnot, and you can link up with another person. And it says like, oh, let's say like me and you are in the same room, right? And then we have to go to the next door. We hit the door button, cutscene starts. Your character walks in first, and you're the first one who touched it, right? Door closes.
Yeah.
Now,
and now
are you doing QT quick time events?
No.
QTE. Yeah, there we go.
No.
Okay. Good.
I'm thinking more.
So I was like,
no. It's be more of a cutscene of just like something happens.
Yeah.
And then it separates you. So now you have to find a way to like for your homie to survive, or your friend's like, I gotta find the key on the other side of the room. Or you could be like, or I could just get myself out, but it's gonna take longer.
Yep. You almost became a Jill sandwich. Like that. That would have been a perfect.
Nice, a nice sandwich.
Right.
I
think like but yeah, they said like the next Resident Evil, they're already working on it, and we should get news in 2021.
Yeah.
Bro,
so
just Resident Evil has just been like, for me, as horror as it sounds, it's just been so good. I like it, man. But you know what game really needs to make a comeback from Capcom?
What's that?
Who knows? Mega Man.
Oh, absolutely, without a question.
I thought Capcom was killing Mega Man, like Konami's killing Metal Gear.
Oh my God, please.
Oh my God, fuck Konami as per usual. But yeah.
But let's hear that PlayStation's in talks with Konami to get IPs.
Hey man,
so
listen.
A lot of sources have come out and said it too.
Yeah.
I told you this years ago.
It's like some
We
Disney
talked about
Marvel
it. We
shit.
talked about it together. We were like, yo, that would make a lot of sense.
Like, what if like PlayStation just said like, hey, we have enough money.
Yeah.
Why don't we buy these IPs back for you, Kojima, and you can do whatever you want with them?
Because Konami ain't doing shit with it. We already know that.
Here's the thing:
They ain't doing shit.
the leaks that actually came out as actual non smoke kind of leaks.
Yeah.
They were saying that they're gonna work with Konami. Like maybe they're just trying to take the IP and work it, but like give a portion of the earnings, or just like a single flatline check for the IPs, and then whatever they make is for them, which is a great idea because Konami technically doesn't lose their IP, but Sony gets to bring out the best in Kojima, which in my personal opinion would have been Silent Hills the way it was kind of shaping up with Guillermo del Toro as well. I was like, bro, I'm salivating. I was like,
that was gonna be dope.
Is it bad to say that I wish Silent Hill was the one to come out and not Death Stranding?
I mean, everyone feels that way. I like Death Stranding, but like we were all here for it. We were all here for what they were doing. Yeah.
Bro, I remember the first remember we went on like chat just freaking out. We were like, whatever the fuck that was, I want it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it is, but I want it.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
And
a
like,
lot of
when it came
spiritual
out to me,
successors
like,
and stuff like
yes,
that too.
and it's
Like,
fucking beautiful. And then when when Kojima came out in the virtual red carpet and like the I was like the rock
that
star.
was the coolest thing ever.
That in my mind.
He has the support, and like anything he does is gonna be fucking great.
Oh yeah.
Like as far as the people, like he's I just want to use a wrestling term. He's a people's champ, basically, when it comes to like nets and shit. You know, like he has that biggest support to where like I don't have to like a game to agree that like he's got the backing for it. Like people are gonna love what he does no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true though, but like it's just one of those best things. That one thing that I admire the most about him is his ability to understand what music does in a modern day like art representation.
Hell yeah.
So that's why I think the Sony partnership with Kojima is, in my opinion, one of the best things, not just for the amount of money that he's going to have, the backing, the support, but like
the understanding of the art.
The understanding of the music. The music is so important to him, and movies, so it ties all together. So remember, when people are like, Kojima's the best game developer, I'm like, to me, he's a director.
He's my idol. He's my game dev idol.
Without
One of the reasons, like when I've been learning about him, like ever since like a long time. Mind you, I never got to play any of his games until Metal Gear Solid 5. So, but the thing is, I've learned about him, and I've learned about him in school and stuff like that, and I've like, yo, this guy's like my game dev idol, because like you don't hear these game devs that talk about they talk about one aspect of the game because that's what they're proficient in. Kojima's like, I got everything in here.
He really does.
Yeah.
Like I go to the art, the music, the concept, everything. He's like, everything is in his brain. It's just like,
it can be a little hard to decipher what's going on in his brain. So he has people working with him who specifically can understand like what he's trying to go for. They're really Kojima translators.
Yes.
And like I've had an opportunity to like see Kojima in person, and like I've had an opportunity to have some very deep conversations with people who have worked with him, and like that is very much a thing. Like he's got all of this information in his mind, and he needs people who are working with him to help extrapolate that, because like even as myself as a creator, like I have all these ideas for different things I want to do all the time, and sometimes you need like a guide to help push your ideas in a more linear fashion that just makes sense.
See, now that you say that, it actually makes a lot more sense, because I've had 8 games in my head for a very long time. And one of my viewers who's into game development, we actually linked up, and working with her for the past 5 months, we were able to take whatever was in my brain, put it on paper, and expand it into what it was there. And I'm just like, I almost cried at one point. I was like, wow, I'm actually seeing this on paper.
Yeah.
That's the true purpose of having like a writing team. Like people who talk.
Yeah.
Like you have one person with the idea, and like that person could be like, sure, that person could be like the most important person because they're the ones with the ideas, but it's the person who can help them translate those ideas. Because sometimes people with good ideas just suck at like telling you
Executing.
what the hell,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
like
Yes.
like me, I word vomit, you know, I don't like, I just, you know,
No,
but
I
like
feel
if I
you.
work with people, they could just like, oh, you mean this, and that. Like, it's like that with movies, like that with music. Actually, I saw a YouTube video recently where like somebody said they had a beat in their head, so they used to make music, so they're just gonna like come up with samples and then give it to somebody who's gonna translate those beats. Then like within hours, they had a beat for them, and they're like, yo, this is the thing I've been hearing in my head. This is magic. And I'm like, that's fucking like, that's insane how like you have this this global understanding. It's like a language that everyone knows. When you find that one person who knows that language you speak, and they can just take that thing and just like, this is what you mean.
I
You're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dylan. Will knows.
Oh, yeah.
She's to me. She's like Kojima levels in terms of what she does. She writes. She sings. She can do this. She develops. She's so well driven and focused. It's like I'm like impressed every single time she talks about something. But whenever she talks to me about it, she's like, "Why don't you just draw this?" I'm like, I'm not. I don't have the hands to put what I think of onto paper, and that's why I love my artistic friends and my creatively driven friends, because they understand like, hey, it's this and this to create this work of art, and I love it. But like sometimes I'm gonna be very honest with you, I'm upset that I can't even kind of quantize like what I'm thinking in my head or realize what I want to say, because it's like, you know, there's certain things that I do well in, and there's certain things that other people do well in, and then we combine and it becomes like a powerhouse. That's what I love about teams, because it is a complete work of one part and the other part coming together, and it creates the vision coming to life. I love that. Sorry, I just roared about. See?
No, this is
that.
all good stuff. I want to say, you know, we actually had some really amazing conversations here. This is why I podcast, because we get to just nerd out and hang out. We don't have to necessarily be playing something in the moment to just like have these conversations. We can just talk and just chill.
True.
I want to give time for the chat to ask questions to our lovely guests here that you may not have had the opportunity to ask, and things that you'd like to know more about in general. But as you all are giving us those questions, I want to take a moment again to thank Chris, Itsyoru, take a moment to thank Ivan, IR528,
Hey.
and Kesa, pro_quesadilla. Let's start with you, Kesa. Where can people go to find more of you?
You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. Find me on Instagram, even though I barely use it. Pro_quesadilla. That's PRO_KESADIA. Remember, if you guys ever want to watch any type of gameplay, I play pretty much anything under the sun, as long as it's fun and you guys enjoy it. That's what we do. And you want gaming knowledge and stuff like that, and even esports commentary, come through and have a good time with us.
Hell yeah. And for those of y'all listening in on the podcasting applications, their information should be available as links on there as well, but just listen out for what people are saying, and that'll give you everything that you need to know as well. Ivan, where can people go to get more of you?
So I do have a lot of accounts, but everything you need from me is going to be at IR528 in most places. Instagram, I can't have that name, so it's _IR528. If you want to know anything about my wrestling stuff, just head over to WCAuniverse.com. Everything you need to know is there, as far as other links to get in other places, even Discord.
Yep.
And Chris, where can people go to get more of you?
I've been taking a massive break from my cosplaying, but now that I've had so much time, I can actually get back into it. I'll let you guys in on something. I was contacted by someone who's really good at making stuff. I'll just leave it at that until everything is out. But we're going to be making Set. I'm going to be cosplaying Set for Legends, and that's going to be a pretty big undertaking for his back fur and everything like that. So I'm really pumped to get it. But on my Instagram, you'll be able to see that, and it's Itsyoru on Instagram. I think I haven't used that. Not kidding. But also on Twitter at sad Yoru hours, because it had my first and last name. Well, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna be getting back into Twitch, which is Itsyoru too. So come check it out. I'm a huge horror nut, so I love streaming horror stuff too. So hopefully that helps.
Hell yeah. And that's for myself. Everyone, you're already at twitch.tv/Black Oni if you're listening to this live. If not, then you're most likely, on Spotify or YouTube or iTunes or I don't know. There's other apps out there that this is going to be uploaded to as well. Anchor.fm. So keep it locked here. We got a lot of amazing content still on the way. We had a guest that we were going to have for today's show that unfortunately had to back out due to complications with the coronavirus. Someone in his family passed away. Actually, I'll say who it is. It's Patrick from the League of Maidens. We actually wanted to bring them on to do an interview and celebrate Lude together. And unfortunately, some pretty awful things happened to a lot of people, but to him specifically, and so he wasn't able to make it. Logistical complications with getting funeral arrangements set up and all that comes with that. So we will try to get him in for the next podcast, which will be 2 weeks from now. So hopefully that will be all good. But are any of y'all going to be playing anything today on your Twitch channels?
I should definitely be on later today, probably within the next 30 minutes or so. We'll see.
Yeah.
Actually, Oni, do you still want to start anything today as far as like a game? Do you guys want to start Dying Light, or you want to do Nioh or something? Call of Duty, something. Yeah. We could do something.
Yeah, I'm down to play.
I'm up for it.
I mood wise, I'm feeling Call of Duty and Nioh 2 the most.
Bet.
But that doesn't mean that we can't play Dying Light or what have you. So
we'll fill it out. We'll go with the mood. If you want to slice something up, we'll do Dying Light. If you want to shoot something, I'm good at shooting stuff.
This is true.
I'll tell you
Chris,
what.
do you have Modern? Oh, actually, it's free. Modern Warfare is free this weekend.
Is it
like
now?
the regular multiplayer is actually free this weekend. So I don't know what you're doing after, but we may.
Today's Sunday though, so like.
You got like a few,
you got like a few hours. Yeah, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, I'd probably play with you guys. Yeah, if it's more than 3 people.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, well, regular multiplayer is more than 3. It's like 5 or 6 depending on the mode you're doing. So
yeah,
6.
Right,
download that ish. We'll probably play some COD today, and then COD and Nioh. That's probably what we'll end up doing.
Also, I want to link up with him at some point. We could talk about wrestling. I'm just saying.
Hell yeah.
Hey man, listen, he can make you a character.
Put him in WCA.
I was gonna say put him in because ladies love Chris. Let me just put it that way.
If he can't cosplay, at least his character can.
Exactly.
I have big plans, and unfortunately, like they're shutting down the servers, so it's like the only thing I have to work with is the people that I make, who I get wanting to be on the show. So it's literally gonna be like driven by the people even more, because that's all I will have.
Wow. All right. I see you. Damn.
So thank you all so much for being here and for hanging out. Vicky, we'll chat if you actually do want to also become a mod on the channel. But with that said, I'm going to take a break so I can go get food. I think everyone here should definitely do the same thing. But when we come back, we'll get into some COD and play some more games together.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end the stream, and then we're gonna come back on once we play some COD.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Everybody.
Wait, that is not the right outro. Whoops. That's fine.
It's the chicken grease one.
No, it's just
Hashtag LPCG.
hashtag rare sense.
Rare sense.
Yes.
Rare sense, everybody.
That better be the title on YouTube.
Yeah, I might have to actually make it that. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta put it in our Twitter bios now.
Yo, we all need that. We all need the hashtag in our titles on Twitch from now on.
Oh, there you go.
I'm about to do that shit right now. But we're gonna end the stream. We're probably gonna talk a little bit longer, just to goof off.
Yeah,
but everyone who's watching right now, don't go anywhere. Or do should I just pause it or should I end the stream? What do you?
You know, pause, end it, and then let it come back up. So you know you're
let everyone take a break. Like everyone take a 30, take an hour. Like
everyone stretch, do an exercise real quick.
My ass hurt. I don't have a lot of cushion to work with, so I gotta get up for a little bit.
Rub one out real quick. Just feel great.
One,
two,
only one,
3. Depending on how rapid fire you can go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
People do one.
that exists.
Everyone's
Just one?
What? 3 or 4, right?
Right.
All right, y'all. We will bring the action back probably in like a half hour or so.
Half hour.
I gotta download.
Mm.